go.
Man, I was about to pull up the YouTube. I'm not doing that. I ain't gonna do all that. But yeah, Shane, I'll be arguing just to argue.
Hey, but saying another thing too to that point with Illinois, it wasn't so much that they were understaffed. A big part of it was that they didn't have it in the computers, so they were still doing everything by hand on paper as well.
Yeah, they just changed the hours during my process. After I turned in my paperwork, they changed the digital, so I had to do it over.
Yeah, that sounds like just a logistics issue at that point.
Yeah, that's still staffing, whether you like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still staffing.
Yeah, and that's fine, and that's what I'm saying. Just make it easier. I'm not saying people shouldn't be vetted. I'm all with training. Training.
Technology takes time sometimes. You know, there's bureaucracy. There's motherfuckers that steal money from they rob Peter to pay Paul. Money that's earmarked for one thing is paid for the potholes over here. You know, we're moving, and we're moving, you guys. You know, and technology is moving, and computers are getting smarter and faster and stronger, and things are getting easier, and we got smartphones that are more powerful than the computers that took us to Mars. So just give it some time. The point is the philosophy of regulation is what the argument, and a lot of people are putting the logistical stuff in the philosophical argument, and that's where it gets muddy. I'm simply saying, sans the logistical stuff, do you have the computers? Do your state have enough money? Do you have a poor state versus a rich state?
Right.
Do you have is Microsoft working with you versus you got some old shit? Right. Versus, do you guys even want guns? Do you even care to have them? Some of these motherfucking politicians want to come in your house and had an ATF. Hey, I heard, we got according to our report, you have a gun or this particular gun. I'm gonna need you to get that up.
I lost it in a
wait, what?
And the next thing is
that a lot of people are having. And I'm not with that.
They should have it regulated federally. It shouldn't be state to state. Like, there's a lot of people got caught up between New Jersey and PA, which have two completely different types of laws. There was a woman who made a mistake, drove over the bridge. Oh, she was turning around. Cop pulled her over, took her to jail because she had the weapon in her vehicle, because it's okay. There's an exit. If you're coming out of Philly, you will get into Jersey by mistake, because I did it before. And now you caught up and you're defaulted into a felon because you made a mistake. It should be regulated federally. It shouldn't be the confusion. It should be like your driver's license, where if you're good here, you are good everywhere. For them to just have this,
I do agree with that.
Different states, that's outrageous right there, because it's making people criminals who aren't criminals. They're law-abiding citizens that are getting rules that are extremely confused. Because how am I supposed to be familiar with the PA laws and I got in the PA by mistake, and it's a bordering state? That's wild.
I think that's a variation of a common sense gun law, though.
So here's the thing. But then this is where we talk about people that's gonna have a gun needs to have some goddamn common sense. So I wouldn't want a person that is daft enough to be carrying a gun and don't know where the fuck they're driving or where they're going, or the fact that they're going to this bridge. I would imagine that if you're in your state of whatever, and then you're carrying a gun because your state says this law is whatever, and then when you get to this turnpike, highway, bridge, cross border, or whatever, can you please know what the fuck you doing and what you got in your car? Because if you're getting over there and you cross over and you say, and you just act like you just a big bird brain and you're airhead, it makes me question why you should have a gun to begin with. Those are the people that I'm concerned with.
But I've done that. It was a wrong turn, because the GPS said to go this way, and you literally can't back up on a bridge and you can't turn around. It's like so you won't crash. You go that way, and you're like, oh, damn, now I got to turn around. And it happens to everybody. There's one specific road that happens from PA to Jersey. It borders, you'll be downtown or Center City, and then you'll make that right. And now you end up in Jersey by mistake.
I guarantee you.
So look, I would argue
if you were to look up the case law that happens in that area, you wouldn't. It would not be some kind of speed trap where the judges are issuing out felonies to everybody that fucks that up. I believe that because judges are humans too, and people have common sense, and there's discretionary things. If you do get caught and you do make that wrong turn and you do have to go to court or whatever, and you explain what happens, I don't think a judge is going to be like, well, you know what? I don't care. I mean, so I get the argument, but and that's the theory of it. But in practice, come on, you guys. That's all I'm saying.
But I also want to look at it. You also have to remember there's only some. You have to remember it's only some states where that's going to apply, right? When you go across the entire South, none of that comes into play. So how can they get it right in some of these states, and then other states put these laws in that create these loopholes so they can literally get the funding from you having to pay your way out of it, because that's really all it's going to be. If you make a mistake, you're going to have to pay your way out of it. So it seems like it's more of a money grab for me.
Ain't it all a money grab? It don't stop at guns. Shit, they do that on traffic tickets. They do that on California stops, or they do that on left turns.
But that's changing the topic. What I'm saying is solely on gun ownership. We don't let, like, real talk. If you look at some of the education rates, some of the lowest are in states in the South, but they all got guns. They could get guns just because they got them and live there. So how do we, you know what I'm saying, change that? Do they have just better etiquette than us? Why are they able to get, guns at the will of the fact that they just have a driver's license, and then in some states you got to jump through hoops?
Well, okay, so therein lies the difference between the demographics of each state. Like down south, where you're talking about, the culture of the Southerners is different than the Northerners, than those folk out west, than them East Coast folk. So if you got if you come out here to LA, I'm gonna show you gang culture that they don't have in the South. I'm gonna show you a whole bunch of niggas they're standing on the corner right there, bare chested with 40 ounces in their hand all day long. That's looking to fucking pop. Look, it's a different culture out here. You want me to apply down south regulations to these niggas over here on Crenshaw? It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work.
It's no different, bro.
Yeah, we got to get to the topic. We got to get.
Let me. Can I just say? All right.
We gotta go, man.
Go ahead.
Damn, I had one quick fact I wanted to give everybody about the crime rate, because y'all wanted to throw that out there.
Oh man, we gotta go. I mean, like, unless y'all gonna stay on like
it's gonna take 2.2 seconds. I promise.
No, let's go ahead.
It's gonna take 2.2 seconds, JR.
No, let's go ahead.
Next topic.
Because Sweeney just gonna start something else up.
Yeah,
no, I'm not. You can't argue the facts.
That's not the way. Got a couple of AP accountability partners tonight. Says salute to the panel, my fellow brothers. Great workout show, Shan, brother Marcus, Sweeney Vid, Trev, to the new brother-in-law. Salute, welcome to King Talking, of course, Mastermind, UJI. Thank you, sir. AP again, $2. Brother Kenny, salute. I ain't forget about it.
My man AP. Kenny got his own super chat.
Right?
Put that on his microphone.
Definitely gang culture in this house.
All right, here we go, y'all. So this just popped up, man. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this topic up. But Candace Owens, he says,
"Hey, Law, I'm a little triggered by that garage door up there too, bro."
Who said that?
Viz.
I was trying to.
You talking about you got them pitchforks up there?
Who said it though? I can't see.
That was Viz. Viz said that.
Oh, my bad, brother. That's just. So check it out. I'd tell
This
y'all
is why
what
you can't get your gun license.
No, we go through.
Listen. No. So listen, right? My basement flooded some years ago, and I had to replace all my doors. But I take my doors to the gun range and shoot them up, and we would spray paint them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's.
So you spray painted pitchforks?
So if you're from the city.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what it means.
Oh, you got to put it on camera, man. Come on, man. Let's go to the next one, man.
This is why you got your gun license.
That is.
Come on, JR. Let's go, man.
all right, here we go, man. Candace Owens says trans people should accept they have mental disorder.
Oh, JR, we're gonna still stay political.
I mean,
That's the only way to have good discussions, low key. Because the other stuff, I mean, how many?
Better if a trans person said, I accept this is actually a mental disorder. I don't want to say to people, because by the way, people have other mental disorders. Bipolar. I got people have this.
That's why we
schizophrenia.
say, is there another
let me
is there another word besides mental disorder?
But because it is okay, because this is, but I don't think this is triggering. I don't know why suddenly people are so triggered by this. It's your mental, and something is out of order.
But it's because it's not real, Ken. But some people don't like to eat food because they want to be.
Just give me 1 second. Let me just get through this, okay? It is, right? So there can be people, that's right, who have body dysmorphia. That is a mental disorder. You have people who are anorexic. I used to have anorexia. I had a mental disorder, okay? I was tiny, and I was doing it as a control mechanism. I was very happy. In fact, the only way to actually get better was to accept that this is a mental disorder, okay? I don't have an issue with that term. I don't think it's a problem, because at varying points in people's lives, your mental can get out of order. The issue when you don't acknowledge that it is a mental disorder and you instead just insist that, like, this is a normal thing and people are born this way, means it becomes impossible to attack that person. Ideologically speaking, if you start making laws and saying this is real, then that guy who says, I'm 63 years old and I believe that I am 12 on the inside, I never grew up, this is who I am, Peter Pan, send me to Neverland, and he molests another girl, and he goes into the courtroom and he says, no, I'm 13. Objective reality is what I feel, right? It's how I feel on the inside, and I actually, Your Honor, feel that I'm actually 16.
That's against the law.
Now, here's the question. Here's
the question.
But this is why we have to be a guard, and I'm speaking now on behalf of conservatives. We have to be a guard, and we have to say objective reality exists, okay? Objectively speaking, bipolar, it's a disorder. Anorexia, it's a mental disorder. Transgenderism, dysmorphia is a mental disorder. These are all mental disorders, right? And
anorexia is a mental disorder. Being trans is not a mental disorder. So we have to stick to the facts. It is not anorexia and schizophrenia. They're fat
and actually they're skinny. You say you have a mental disorder.
I got a good question.
But you're saying that you are a male, you believe you're a woman, and that's not a mental disorder.
I'm just being specific. Trans and anorexia, mental disorder and not mental disorder. The APA, you only have to ask the APA. These are trained psychiatrists. And I understand that conservatives all want to say that's to fill an objective, but at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Well, they just updated that manual in the last couple of years. Like,
yes, exactly,
because it was literally a mental disorder.
But it was misinformation, and conservatives in the past.
And someday they'll update that same manual and they will say that minor attracted people, which is a term that they're tossing around now because they're saying it's offensive to call them pedophiles, and we should instead call them minor attracted people. Someday they're going to push to update the manual then, which is why I
mean, she does have a point. It's a slippery slope.
Hey, a broken clock right twice a day.
It's a slippery slope. I've been talking about that for a long time now. That's a slippery slope.
Yep.
Wait, you said she's not right? Law,
no,
you said she's not right?
No. I said a broken clock is right twice a day. I don't always agree with her, but she's spot on right there, bro.
When don't you?
You know what I'm saying?
Why do people give a disclaimer? Law. When people I notice people do that. They say, I don't always agree with Dr. Umar, but he was right on this one. I don't always agree with Charleston White, but he's right about that. I don't always agree with Candace Owens, but she's right on that. So why the disclaimer?
So I would think that disclaimer, because a lot of times for a while she used to annoy the hell out of me. So the disclaimer is for myself. It's some things that you say I just don't rock with. But right there, she's 100% right. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things where if it's somebody, like if you go and look at my history, I might have talked some shit about her in the past. But hey, old girl right as hell right there. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm just putting it out there. So I ain't no hypocrite. I'm dead. I know what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
So technically, the disclaimer is just in case somebody wants to look at his Twitter feed and search up.
Hey, just know. Yeah, just know. That's what
the disclaimer.
It's also not to validate her other takes. Like if you seem to agree with somebody on all they takes, and they say something crazy, then people will assign that you also believe that.
But it doesn't validate her other takes, because if you're saying that you agree with something that somebody's saying right then and there, you could just say that.
Agree with it. Yeah,
that's what he said.
No, but when you say it validates their other stuff, no, it doesn't necessarily validate their
other
stuff.
For me,
if you normally
I'm like y'all. I'm on the internet a lot, and I've talked about her before in different stuff. So I just want to make it clear. Listen, y'all know I don't really like her like that, but Shorty's right. You know what I'm saying? Like when I have to give credit due when I don't want to, I'm gonna give a disclaimer. That's what I mean. You dig what I'm saying? Yo, and on this same point, shameless plug, but I happen to have had a transgender person on my pod show, right? And I didn't know at the time until that person disclosed it. I never met him, so on and so forth. And I told them the same thing. Like, yo, like, I think that's a mental disorder. Like, I mean, it's one of those things. You can do what you want. That doesn't change the facts.
Yeah.
That's you can do what you want. It don't change the facts.
And I think the biggest argument there is like she said, the entire point is if you classify something as a mental disorder, you can still place barriers and laws around that particular thing. Just because somebody has got schizophrenia doesn't mean they can walk up into a room, take out a whole room,
smack the shit out of somebody. Yeah,
right.
Yep.
So it's the same thing. But once you say somebody is born a specific way,
and it's
it becomes discrimination.
I would say that they have the media has absolutely used that to justify someone doing some type of heinous act. It's well, they have this problem, or they've been they have this diagnosis, so they do
some people
that as a cop out.
Yeah, but that's largely not accepted within. Like you got schizophrenia, your ass still going to prison.
That depends on if you part of that group or not. So if you
we
part of that,
Hank in that too. Hank ain't really been speaking at all. Go ahead, Hank.
So as far as Candace, man, I agree with what she said. I believe that somebody like Eddie does have a mental disorder. So I can fully agree. Now, as far as somebody can't go, look, that lady, I don't know if y'all know about that case in Indiana where that woman killed her child and stuffed him in a suitcase. She's not getting tried because of mental stability. So she's not going to go to a prison. She's going to go to a hospital.
She was a white woman, though.
You said what?
She was a white woman?
No, she's a black chick. She's
Word?
a black chick.
Oh, they gave us some love because I know a personal situation like that where that happened. She doing life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a black chick. She unalive a child, and I think he's about 9 or 10, and she stuffed him in a suitcase. And so, so as mental issues, man, look, that shit's very serious, and people that look, I think they're all have mental issues, not just transgenders. So I believe.
But do you think transgender is a mental issue?
Yes, I do. I think the whole community's a mental issue.
Mm-hmm. What Dave Chappelle say? No, was it Dave Chappelle? Who's that? It was like, no, man, don't cut. No, that was Boosie. What Boosie say? No, man, don't cut it off. You know what I'm saying? Don't cut it off, man.
Yeah, even the fact and going back to oh boy, that's the VP candidate for Harris. They are backing kids essentially, castrating themselves and making a decision where that's going to affect them for the rest of their lives, just because they're confused. So is
hey Viz, where can I pull that article up? You sketchy when you.
Nah, it's all day, stuff, bro. Right?
You own the
that's
internet.
All day. That's his thing.
Go ahead and use the camera so you won't use all your internet speed, bro, and look it up.
But that was all day.
It's all on the internet, man. Come on, man.
Okay, that's his thing. Like he's very pro. What do they call it? Like, they got but they have a whole term for his type. Because I mean, all his policies I was reading, I thought he was gay.
Okay, here's the thing. Your perception of something, when you weigh and measure it, and then you have the necessary information, you can validate your statement. When you tell people that
You're
ask
the one
you
that's
so that they
questioning.
can do the proper research, and you say, go look it up, your arguments and statements and your theories always fall flat. You see how simply I can do that?
We're right now in a conversation. If you are intrigued by it and you haven't heard it, you have the means to go and do it yourself.
Okay,
I didn't come up with this idea just out of the blue. This is
I
what's
think it
actually
is.
happening.
Wait. I think most
Go
of
and
what
look
you
it
say,
up.
you come up out the blue. Because when you ask me something, the only one thing, there's one thing that you ever cited was when you got off and you pointed out that gun
And you
law.
throw
That
up
was the
and
only
down
thing
that
you
I
ever
was
cited.
lying about it.
And you know when you did that, I went like this. I was like, wow, that's great.
Nigga,
And
y'all
then
fought
everything
me
else.
until the end of the fucking stream, bro. Come on, man. Come on,
Okay,
man.
so
Be for
wait.
real.
I'm not bashing you. I'm trying to hold you accountable for the things that you say. You point out these things, and I went and researched, because once he was announced, I said, okay, so this is the misconception, this is that. You were the same one touting that Kamala Harris put thousands and thousands of blacks in jails, but you never knew the actual
When did I
stats.
say that?
And
When did
wait,
I say that?
and I could
I
refer
never
back
said
to
that.
that. No,
I never
because
said
you
that.
say a lot, but you don't take accountants for it.
I
And this is
never
not the
said that.
bash.
I
We have a
never said that.
responsibility. Okay,
I
take it
haven't
from.
even been on a stream.
Okay, take it out
We
of.
were talking about
Hey, y'all, let's make sure we pushing the
Come on,
conversation
bro.
for y'all. We got some more
I'm
topics.
trying to take it off of he and I. We have a responsibility. Like Shannon holds me responsible for the things I say. When someone on this panel asks you to at least cite it. You know, when you do it to Marcus, Marcus goes in the back chat and he posts it. You understand? And when you start saying these things, like with the pedo which you wanted to put on that young man last week, and I just challenge you to, like, okay, the panel showed you that we weren't in agreement with you, even though you tried to paint that on me. If I'm cool with it, that means I back pedos, and I think every other guy would agree with that. When I told you stand alone, see, that's my gift and my curse. Remembering the stuff that you say. We have a responsibility
were
while we're
incorrect
up
about
here
the
to be
Kamala
able
thing, so
to. When you
remember
say
all that great, clearly.
we have a
You
responsibility
were
while we're
incorrect
up
about
here
the
to
Kamala
be
thing,
able
so
to.
you
When you say,
Did they? What happened?
I don't know. I don't know what somebody's watching it actually.
Yeah.
So you can hear it in the background.
So it looks like AP just dropped it in the chat. There you go, right there.
Oh, no, you thank him.
Why do I have to thank him, nigga? You wanted to see it. I didn't want to see it. Come on, man. God damn, man. Kenny, you too old for this, bro. Come on.
Kenny, I would say this though, just to jump in on that, Kenny, I would say this. I agreed with him because I saw it too. I read it too. So that's where I came from. With like I saw that already. I heard that. You know what I'm saying?
So watch this, Law. If I ask you, you could even refer to where you probably scanned by it. This is the periodical of note that, you know, I could refer to. Go check it out, bro. I'm not going to be so flippant to tell somebody on this panel of these astute men, go look it up, because I can't reference, because I've caught him a couple of times just talking off of feelings. So since you want to set it on you, that's what I'm going to do. We have a responsibility. We have a responsibility to the audience so that we can do what we do to move the conversation forward. If you're saying someone forwards that
Kenny,
type of alphabet
this time
lifestyle,
while
you
you're
got to be able to
still
stand
talking
on
about
it.
it, you could be looking at the link that AP dropped in the chat, and that would just end the conversation right there.
Nah, because I don't want AP to save you every time you start going on a diatribe and
let's go to the next point.
Exactly. Nice blazer. Nice blazer.
He is right though, Viz.
All right, go ahead, Trey.
What's right about it? You on the
Basically,
internet?
basically what he's saying is that You know what I mean? Just like everybody else, when we say something, you ask us to provide proof, we provide proof. So when we ask, so if you say something, we say, "Hey, what's the evidence?" and you respond by saying, "Go do your own research." It's like, why can't you just provide the proof?
Sweeney, when have I said that? I've personally acknowledged that you
we
are
can
the statistics
we
guy.
can have this discussion on the back
right?
end. You know, we
So-
gotta keep moving, man, because we just keep getting stagnant. Go ahead, Trey.
So it's kind of perplexing to me why we give so much energy, right? I do think that it's probably gender dysmorphia, right? But I wonder why do we care so much when it's like 1%? It's like 1% of Americans, right? That actually suffer from that are actually dealing with that. But it seems like we're terrified. It's became a crazy political topic. And I wonder why. Like, why are we giving it that much energy? Why do we care about these cats? If that's what they want to do, y'all can go ahead and do it. I don't think that people should be in the bathrooms. If it's not whatever you were born as, that's just my opinion of it. But I mean, I'll accept that if that's what y'all want to do. I don't have a problem with people doing what they want to do with their lives, right? As long as you don't try to push it in my face. Pause. Like, just y'all do what y'all do on that side and stay on that side. Y'all not bothering me until y'all start intruding on my life and my family's life. If that's what y'all want to do, man, it's a lot of freaks out here, man. We're behaving as if everybody's, vanilla out here. It's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of people just.
I think that's the problem.
They just so.
Yeah,
what's the
Trey.
problem?
I think the reason why this is even a conversation is for the very reasons that you said that you don't like. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
this is the reason why it's even a conversation.
I'm against people trying to push it in our face. I don't agree with that at all. Y'all do what y'all do.
But yeah, but that's the reason why
that's the problem. If it's only 1%, if it's 1%, why is it being shoved in our face? Pause.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If it's 1%, why do we see it so much? Why do we? I think it's becoming like this because we give it so much energy. It's almost like the chicken or the egg argument. But I feel like if we didn't give it that much energy and we just said, "Man, y'all do what y'all do on that side. I don't care. That's fine." But now when you start getting people who are in charge of things, you got producers that, or directors or whatever that feel like they must include it into what me and my children are watching, and we don't really want to see that, or we don't really want to have the wrong sex in the bathroom. That's not what we want to do, and we definitely don't want our daughters competing with dudes in any type of
sports. So
that's crazy. So that's a problem. That's a problem, and that's why that type of stuff we gotta chill with. Like, we have to just let them do what they do. I'm for just giving them a league. We need a third league for anybody who has gender dysmorphia. Let them have their own league, and whoever want to watch it, let them watch it. And the dudes and the chicks would go together because it wouldn't really matter because they all in between anyways, right? Or even if you want 4 leagues, whatever.
Right. But my issue lies more with some of these things. My issue lies more with some of these things that they the accolades that they start to give them. Like, they'll nominate someone that's trans for Woman of the Year. You know what I mean? And then they'll give Britney, what's the girl name? The hooper. What's her name?
Griner.
Griner, right. They'll nominate her for Father of the Year. You feel me? Like, what are we talking about? Like, and it just becomes like, do you know what it's like explaining that when it pops up on TV to your 5-year-old son? Like, what are they talking about?
Yeah, I don't,
you know
I don't
what
like
I mean?
explaining how. No, I get it. Mr. Wheaties became Woman of the Year. That's outrageous.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But I think
what's his name? Bruce Jenner, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So you know what I mean, and that's what I'm saying. Like, come on, man, what we talking about? And that was something I had to explain. Go ahead, my bad.
Oh no, you good, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So
it was one of those things.
You sent me to something that got this domain has been suspended. See what I do, Viz? When somebody give me the information, I'm right on it.
Congratulations. You want a cookie?
I'm gonna send you that Dr. Seuss book. I don't care what JR say. I'm gonna send you that 6-pack of Dr. Seuss
you want
book.
a cookie, bro? I'll mail it to you. Where you at in New York?
What?
You in the Bronx?
You trying to flirt with me? I don't want no cookies from you.
I'll send you a chocolate chip cookie, bro.
Nah, I'm good.
With some almond milk. You look like you don't drink cow milk.
Wait.
No,
Hey,
matter of fact,
you saw how he said almond milk?
You probably want some soy milk. My bad. I got you. Chocolate chip cookie.
Holy shit. Hey, y'all remind me of the cast of The Hateful Eight, boy. I tell you.
AP tried to save you, but that domain is no longer there. No. I wonder why it got pulled down. I went on it. You can look. Look at what he sent me. I went on
can we just
site.
Can we just look up? Can we look up his policies with the LGBT community and I'm sure it'll come up.
Lord, watch this. I'm going to. I started doing my research once it was announced. I'm one of them that does that. So when we have these discussions,
right,
I could be in the know. But when you tell me go look it up and you talk on it, you like that dude that give me the base head knowledge in front of the bodega while eating that chopped cheese and drinking that 40. I don't do that.
No, Kenny, the link is valid. The link is valid. You gotta check out what.
Check it out. So in 2023, an executive order signed by Waltz made Minnesota among the first states to safeguard access to gender-affirming health care, and laws signed by the governor since banned conversion therapy and the use of gay and trans panic defenses. So that's the one. You can do it as young as you want, and you ain't even got to tell your parents.
I think that's wrong.
I just put two of them. I just put two of them in the chat for you, Kenny.
You put two of them in the chat? Am I spurning you to finally do research and stand on something?
No, yes, not Lord. At all. No, not at all. Not at all.
Man,
I'm trying to
let's keep this conversation moving, man. Go ahead, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead,
I'm just trying to make sure I get your cookies to you, man. That's all.
Y'all are hell.
Don't want no cookies from no man.
All right, go ahead, White.
Oh shit! You're gonna have to pass me on this one. I kind of missed it. I'll jump in. I'll jump in.
I just go to the next one. We could just trash this if we want to.
Shannon had something to say.
Go ahead, Shannon.
Yeah, I just threw you. Shannon, you ain't got nothing to say.
Oh, I can always talk. I can talk on anything. Let's see. Candace Owens says trans people should accept that they have a mental disorder. Let's see. Trev was talking about the 1%. You know, that stuck out to me. And I'm here in Hollywood. I'm a film producer. So you guys know, we care, Trev, because that 1% is affecting the 99. It affects the 99%'s kids. It affects the 99%'s careers. And it affects the 99%'s livelihood. You would think that it's just like, oh, don't worry about them. It's like a buzzing gnat that's just irritant. You just swat it away and let them. But it's not. And once again, the term loud minority always rears its head when you got certain people that's out here saying, look at me. And we having 2 earthquakes right now. So my whole house is shaking and shit.
No shit.
Yeah, live right now. My house is shaking.
Might be God telling you your job on the line.
No, I can't be canceled.
Hey, but Kenny, you not gonna fact check them? You ain't
y'all niggas is man.
So
hey Sweeney, I heard him with that 1%, one. I heard him.
That 1% is causing that 1% is kicking over the furniture in the 99%'s houses. And so the push it in my face thing is what they're actually doing. And that's what people are pushing back for. And that's why it's such a loud thing. The Diagnostic and Statistics Manual was created in the 50s, originally. And it was revised in 94. No. I'm sorry. The DSM-4 came out in 94. And it called, what does it say? Transphobia or transgender a mental disorder. It was called gender identity disorder. That's what it was called for 50, 60 years. And then the DSM-5 came out in 2012. And when the DSM-5 came out in 2012, just 12 years ago, they changed it. And they got rid of the gender identity disorder, and they got rid of the disorder part. And that's when they put in just dysphoria. So now they call it gender dysphoria because they didn't want it to be considered a disorder. And so people, and what they were saying is, when it comes to gender, which is different than sex, people can pretty much identify what they want, even if it's different than what they were assigned at birth. And it's a part of normal human expression. It's just like an art form and shit. And you know what, man? Now the 5 says that it's a personal choice. It's a personal choice. So you can wake up one day and say, that's what I am. I'm going to be this. And that's a personal choice. It has nothing to do with a mental problem. Candace rejects that. Candace, she's going with the 60 years of what the DSM 1, 2, 3, and 4 went with. And she rejects what the 5 did, because a lot of people saying the 5 was changed for political reasons. The 5 was changed because when you get to a point where, you know, transgenders are in office, and you know the alphabet community starts passing laws themselves, then next thing you know, policy starts changing. And Candace rejects that, and a lot of conservatives reject that, and they say, no, we're not going to just change it because, you know, the rainbow community is up there passing laws to be able to change this book and to make you guys feel better. Let's go with the science of it. But their argument is, well, that is the science. Well, you know what? I'm not an expert on that, but I will say this. Her argument is, okay, then can you say, if I'm attracted to, or if one, not me, let me not even use me. If a person is attracted, if a 45-year-old man is attracted to 12-year-old girls, and he likes to look at them creepy and all that other kind of stuff, was that just a personal choice of his? It has nothing to do with his mental. He just wants to do bad things to little 12-year-old girls, and he just made a personal choice one day that that's what he wanted to do. Or is it something? Is there a screw loose? Can somebody just wake up one day and say, I'm an elephant? You know, that's just what I am, and I identify with being an elephant. There's people that do body changes, and they change they mutilate their bodies to turn into dogs and creatures and lizards. We got lizard ladies and all. We got all this. Is that a mental disorder, or is that just a personal choice? I would argue personally that's a mental disorder. Yeah. So then why is one considered a mental disorder? Well, no, why are many considered a mental disorder, and this one somehow gets to escape that moniker? Is it political? If we're gonna be objectively truthful, yeah, it is.
So do you feel like it's okay? My bad. Go ahead.
So yeah, I feel like, I personally feel this is just, and this is a this is non-med. I don't know nothing about none. I am far removed from being a doctor. I do not know. This is just something. This is a personal conviction. If you gonna call somebody who is attracted to little girls and he's 45 years old a mental disorder, I'm gonna do the same thing over here. That's just me.
Do you think there's some type of gateway? Do you think that they're priming us right now to be able to accept being a PDF file? Is that kind of where you're going with it?
Remember, I'm a conspiracy theorist, man. You know, when the movie Armageddon came out, you guys remember that movie Armageddon and the asteroids are getting ready to hit the Earth, and bro.
Yeah.
You know, we look at
Bruce
all this
Willis.
stuff. Yeah, with Bruce Willis, that dope movie. A lot of times I be wondering, a lot of movies that we watch, a lot of stuff, I be wondering, where does this stuff come from? Are they prepping us? Are they so we're desensitized to a certain thing, and that's what propaganda is, right? If you guys understand the term and the definition of the word propaganda is, you know, they did this really well during World War I, World War II, where they dropped flyers in certain towns. When you this is how they did black people. When you condition somebody to believe something like 3/5 of a man, or, you know, black people have tails, shit like that, then
or guns are bad.
Yeah, or guns are evil, right? You know, or what, you know, and that's just another shot at my man Kenny. But when you propagandize a certain thing, it becomes more palatable later on when you want to move a law, or you want to change laws, or you want to move a large crowd of people, like country-sized crowds, to do a certain thing for your own personal reasons. So when you ask me, well, Shan, do you think they're kind of like they putting this on the transgender thing so they can prep us for the other stuff that's coming down the pike in 2035? So then when 2035 come, we're gonna be like, whatever. Because in 2020, you know, 11 years ago, we didn't really care. So why should we care about this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
man, ain't that how they do everything?
Slippery slope. Yeah.
That's how they riled us up for 9/11. You know, weapons of mass destruction. I remember I was ready to go back to the military. The whole country,
the entire
galvanized together.
If my wife wasn't pregnant with my oldest, I would have went to the military. That's how I like
on 9/11.
Yeah,
Well, you said I remember exactly. Yes. I'm sure some of you guys remember. I know exactly where my feet were standing that morning of September 11th, 2001. And I remember seeing and the rage that I had, and we were being attacked and all of this. And then when they said it was weapons of mass destruction and all of it just to turn out to be what it was, it's like, yo, they prepped. They set me up. And now I thank God we have like mediums, like we can communicate. I couldn't talk to you guys in 2001. It was just me and my bubble in here in LA. But now I can talk to you guys, and we can exchange information. And what you thinking over there in Chicago, and what's going on? What's the word on the street in Atlanta, and how is it going in Houston right now? What y'all talking about? Well, over here in LA, this is what we saying. So we could communicate now, and I think they're worried about that kind of stuff. So yeah, I do think that they're trying to prep us for a big change, Trev. Absolutely.
All right, let's go to M. Whiting then, Sweeney.
Yeah, no. So Shan, I think you brought this up before when you was talking about the Overton window. Was that you who brought that up before? Yeah. So okay, well, with the Overton window, what it is,
but I know about it. But go ahead.
It's like a graph. So the first thing would be like an idea would be unthinkable. Then it becomes radical. Then it's implausible. Then it's plausible. Then it's policy. Back to plausible, implausible, radical, and then unthinkable. So it's the ebb and flow of how ideas come about. I think we referenced this before, but I remember when the first person that was gay kissed someone on screen. It was the most radical thing that had been done. And now we have people saying that they should be able to take drag queens in to read
books for kids. Nah,
before the age of reason is when ideas get implanted in people that are hard to remove.
Do you know the first movie that they used the cuss word? Anybody? The first movie.
Quite frankly, my dear, I just don't give a damn. Was that?
Quite frankly, my dear, I just don't give a damn. When they said the word,
I got that right.
The whole world, everybody clutched their pearl. Did he say damn?
No way, I got that right.
Hey, Sweeney, you can get them cookies now.
Gone with the Wind. Gone with the Wind was the first movie, and the phrase was, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. And when they said damn, nobody knew it was coming, and everybody was blown away. For instance, I Love Lucy. You guys know the TV show I Love Lucy with Lucille Ball.
Two beds.
They had to have two beds originally. We know people didn't like trip. It's like, wait a minute, Lucille and Ricky Ricardo sleep in two different beds. Because the idea of having a husband and wife on television in the same bed was unthinkable. You couldn't do that. And then 10 years into the series, when they finally did have them in the same bed, when they shot it, they had to have 1 foot on the floor. So when Ricky was asleep, he had to have 1 foot on the floor so the crew can see that. And Lucy had to have another foot on the other side on the floor. This is just so but now look at what we got. Now, listen to the radio, watch movie.
Our Empire, boy, they cracking on screen.
That is exactly what Trev is talking about. That's exactly what Marcus is talking about. That's the Overton window.
Yep.
That is what jumping the shark means, created from the movie to TV show Happy Days. But I digress. Go ahead.
All right.
Oh, Shane. All right. So yeah. So damn, Shane, you derailed my point. I'll let you get it because I want to hear what you had to say, but you derailed my point. I think I was going with in line with that the minor attracted person thing. Imagine caring about the feelings of pedophiles. That's offensive to pedophiles. We should be castrating and issuing a death sentence for pedophilia. I get you haven't gotten a victim yet, but if you allow people to become the victims of pedophilia, it's almost like a disease, because it can, in some effects, it make that person prone to doing that same thing. And my heart and everything go out to every victim, and not all victims become abusers themselves, but the disease is transferred onto people. Now, some people become staunch advocates and fight against it harder than anybody you've ever seen. But usually it's be one of the two extremes. It's like gun violence. Once you see somebody get gun violence, you're either really against gun violence or you're on the extreme where we need to be able to retaliate. Most people don't just stay neutral when things that are major developmental things that change in how you interact with the world and everything around you. But if you implant the idea that it's okay to dress as a man as a woman or a woman as a man before the age of 5, when kids naturally like to play make-believe and pretend. The other day, me and my daughter, I was pulling her out of a lava pit and we was getting chased by a bear, and she just came in on the mop riding a broom. All of these things in her mind are happening because she's playing pretend. Imagine if I just if I continued to say, yeah, every place is lava, and she somehow believed that was real and walked around and wouldn't touch the ground with her feet because she thought lava was there. You can implant ideas like that in children. They're extremely impressionable. That stuff is dangerous.
Real quick, Marcus, you just made a case for extreme gun control, but I'm gonna let you live.
Or the other side, right? When it affects you, you're on one side or the other. I'm saying it's extremely dangerous to do any gun control, really. But both cases make sense. I'm saying it affects you one way or the other. The way it affected me is saying I don't want no gun laws. I think everybody needs to be able to carry their pipe so they can survive. Somebody else might say nobody should have a gun ever. I'm on the far extreme. I think you should be able to have a machine. I think you should have everything you want. Silences, anything that you can get, I think you should be able to get.
So you need a silencer. Why do you need a silencer?
So my ears don't hurt while I'm practicing my aim.
Why not just get earmuffs? I'm gonna let you live, bro, because you just made a case for extreme gun control, but I'm gonna let you live.
Yeah.
This nigga says I can practice. He says I can practice without hurting my ears.
But yeah, no.
Have you ever shot a gun, Sweeney, without no ear protection? That shit is.
No, I did not. But I was at the gun range, right? And at first it was just me and my homeboy up in there, and we were shooting. And then some other guy came in there, but the entire time when it was just me and him, when we was reloading, because you couldn't reload at the thing. So while we was reloading, I took my earmuffs off. Forgot there was another person in there with us. Man, I almost blew my pause. Shit hurt.
Yeah, no, you definitely never want to take your earmuffs off.
Ear protection off, yeah.
Yeah, that shit hurts. I ain't gonna lie.
I say get the like the little plugs instead, because they're easier to kind of maneuver. You know what I mean? And depending, it's been times I had to wear both. When we was cracking out the 50 Beowulf, I had
I think it's
outer protection.
I think it's less dangerous when you're out in the open, but when you in that room, and that enclosed room, and it's echoing off all the walls, it's a little more dangerous for you. But like outdoors,
the sound can't travel. That's gonna hurt.
But but yeah, Trev, to answer your question though, the reason and Shan kind of already touched on it. That's the reason why we're talking about it so much, is for all the reasons that you were concerned about. Is because they trying to push it in our face. It's because they trying to force it on us. It's because they trying, like, wouldn't nobody care if they weren't trying to get into women's sports? Wouldn't nobody care if they weren't trying to gender, reassign children? Wouldn't nobody care if they weren't trying to get into the women's bathrooms and vice versa? Wouldn't nobody care? But because y'all are trying to do all of these things all at once and trying to get laws passed, now we have to talk about it, because we're like, no, we draw the line here. Because I personally could give two craps what you believe, what you choose to be, right? As long as I don't have to participate in your delusion. And kind of ties in what Marcus was saying, is that his daughter plays pretend. So if she sees somebody, she say, oh, they're just pretending to be a woman. At least she can cognitively know that's a man pretending to be a woman. But when that person says, no, little girl, I am a woman, that's what we draw the line at. Because I shouldn't have to be the one that has to affirm how you feel about yourself. You can feel however you want to feel, but making me have to accept that and look at you as something that you're not is where we draw the line at. And also the argument about you being born this way, because I think that's where, like, even if it's just your feelings, I don't think that doesn't really protect you. But when somebody says I was born this way, that's the slippery slope, because a pedophile could say I was born this way.
There was a case in Canada where this father basically put up resistance from allowing the mother of his child to start to not actually physically go through the changes, but he didn't want to acknowledge that his son, either his son or his daughter, was the opposite. And essentially, with him putting up resistance against that between the mother and also the school that was trying to reinforce it, they imprisoned him because of it. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm sorry.
So there's that slippery slope where we're all acknowledging that if we okay this and let it slide, then what's going to happen 5 years from now? You know, and that's extremely dangerous.
I wonder if I could identify as the death penalty.
What you mean?
And what, you gonna impose it?
If I identify as it, then yeah. If I identify as the death penalty, then I'm just doing what's in my nature. If I smoke somebody for something they I think that they deserve to die for.
No, you're being a vigilante.
But I was born that way. I was born with the innate desire to smoke something when I think it needs to be smoked, and to stop me from doing that is wrong.
That's why you went the other way when you was 14, knowing that you could have went around the other way to school. You said, I'm gonna go through here because I'm a bad mother. Yeah.
So
y'all niggas like to cycle the clock.
The only thing. So I'm just trying to find the connection, right? Because as it is right now, there's no P in the alphabet right now, right? That's not included in it. I'm trying to see how we're making a direct connection to it. And is it even fair to make an assessment like that we feel like
Trev, they have been trying to push that though.
Yeah, they have.
The alphabet. You saying the alphabet crew has been trying to push the PDF files right now?
No, but the PDF files are using the same language as the alphabet, because they're saying if trans can say I was born this way, or I'm free to identify as a thing, you have to accept it. Then I can say that I was born this way, and you have to accept it.
But I think they're a separate entity, right? I don't think that's something different, right? Because
not really.
Now well, yes, it is. I can tell you why it's different, because you're actually hurting someone who is not willing to cooperate. That's abuse. You can't do that. That's different. Whereas consenting adults in the other instance are with other consenting adults. Now, to put that, like we always say, we don't want to put that jacket on somebody if it doesn't fit. I think we might be jumping the gun by conflating the two issues together, because one is actual abuse against the law, and I don't see a direct connection. Even if these guys are trying to be down, that doesn't mean that they can just all of a sudden be abducted into the alphabet community because they want to do this. Because that
so Trent, let me ask you this.
Wait, hold on, Law. Let me say this real quick. So I just
hold on. Y'all gotta let him finish. Both of y'all cutting them off.
Oh damn! I thought he was done.
You can go ahead. I'll respond to it. Go ahead.
so Trev, and I just looked it up to make sure that I have my facts straight. So there's a Kentucky Democrat, Senator. What's her name?
Look at Kenny. He was like
Senator Karen Berg. She said that that child sex dolls decrease the proclivity of pedophiles to go out and attack children. So she's basically backing that pedos should be able to freely have
access to live that fantasy out without
now listen. I think see that right there is debatable. I hate the entire idea of it. I hate that there are people who even think like that and have thoughts of children. But I wouldn't say, it could be looked at in two ways. Because if a person says, okay, this could possibly be a deterrent, right? I don't think we should support it in any way, but I don't think that's what the mindset of that person was in Kentucky. Because I wouldn't do that. Let's just get that straight first. But I don't think that was the frame of mind for that person. They probably had, which would be considered to me, and probably most of you in the panel, a radical idea to deter them from bothering actual children, to be able to get your disgusting urges out without involving or hurting another human being who doesn't deserve it. I think that's what their thought process was. I don't agree with that thought process, but I don't think that they were trying to do that to prime us to like, yeah, okay, let's get these guys more hyped so they can go get real children. That right there is just devious. And that could be the case, but I don't think that's as likely as them actually thinking that it was a deterrent. I hate the entire idea of it, or that we have to pacify it or whatever, but there's people who exist like that, and they probably were thinking, let's try to find a creative way to get these dudes to leave children alone versus trying to abuse them. I think that's what they were thinking.
Well, you know what's crazy to me? That they are trying to create minor attracted persons, and that men can become women, and that people can now, I guess, be transracial according to the election. But they have legalized polygamy. That's wild. I don't know. That's just
wow. But Trev, though, the issue with that is that even though that may be a deterrent at first, all that's going to do is feed into that urge for them to go and find the actual child that's going to respond. Because I'm sure at some point them doing whatever it is that they're doing with the doll is prepping them and preparing them to build up the confidence and say, you know what, I want the real thing. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this. How about the men who are referred to as incels, right? Do you think that, let's just say, if they didn't have P-Hub and different things, or just nothing available to gratify themselves, do you think, or they just made it illegal to pleasure yourself, do you think that people would just practice abstinence, or do you think that they would become barbaric and start wilding out?
Wait, so you're comparing someone making a choice to be celibate
No. I said incel, meaning involuntary celibate, meaning that they have no way to be able to obtain women.
Okay.
They can't attract women at all, right?
Right.
But you got all these alternatives. You have OF, you got P Hub, you got different things. Now let's just say they cannot self soothe, right? At all.
Right.
Now, what do you think is more likely they would do? Let's say they cannot self-soothe at all, right? There's no outlets. Do you think that they are all going all of a sudden become max, or do you think that they may exhibit some bad behavior in the real world?
What we have seen is that those people will then go out and potentially a sex worker, or go and do the same thing to a random person that's walking down the street. I have this urge and I have to soothe it. I have to itch it. We see that we see it all the time.
So Viz, that actually supports my point that I was saying, because what I said was that they didn't have any alternative. Now they have the alternative, which is why they're not out here graping people, because they have the alternative. So that's the same logic that I'm using when I say if they have this thing that they can get their rocks off, however, without actually doing it on real people. And like I said, I hate the idea, and I would never be the dude to implement that. But I'm just saying that I don't think that that was the frame of mind the person had when they where they were trying to write that bill. I don't support it. But Trev,
what you're doing is
that's where they were coming from.
You are creating the notion that incels are inherently evil men, and they're typically not. They just can't get women for whatever reason, whether they're not in proximity of them, whether they just ain't got no game, whether they just socially awkward, whatever. What would happen though, because they have these alternatives like, internet, like P Hub and all these different things, and they can just get that off of their mind, get the sexual part off of their mind by themselves. What would happen if that all was we was able to wave a wand and all of that stuff went away, which is not going to happen, right? So this is just a philosophical debate. But if that did happen, what would happen is they would level up. And that's hence the reason why a lot of people like Andrew Tate is trying to really get these people to say, hey man, put that stuff away, get rid of the porn, stop paying attention to all that cornball stuff, and you'll get the outcomes that you want, like a woman, if you were to do this. But because it's so easily accessible, and you have, you got P Hub in high definition on your smartphone, and you can do it anywhere you want, then you're not going to do the effort, because you're just an inherently lazy person. Remember, incels is something that people want to aspire to not become. You're not supposed to be an incel all your life. You're supposed to, you're supposed to have landed at becoming an incel, and damn, how did I get here? And what can I do to get out of here? And what happens is a lot of people become one, and then they just say, well, it's just easy to stay here. It's just easy because I can just, every morning I fire up P Hub and, rub one out and just get my day going, go work the farm, and then I'm cool. I don't need to go and get fit. I don't need to make no money. I don't need to cut my hair. I don't need to lose weight. I don't need to, cut my fingernails or dress better. I don't need to do anything that's going to attract the other sex, because I could just do this. I could just take care of myself right here. If we got rid of what they can take care of themselves with, they would be forced, by and large, would be forced to go become better people to get the outcomes they want. It wouldn't be, oh, now I'm just going to go start taking it. I'm gonna just start assaulting women, and every chance, next thing I know, this huge rise of sexual assault is gonna start happening. That wouldn't happen.
I know I'm not saying that anybody's a monolith, right? Like this is not, that's not what I'm going on. And I'm also not saying that people who are referred to as incels are inherently bad. But what I'm saying is we could take it to a whole lot of things. If you saw the series True Blood, right? They had the vampires who wouldn't attack people because they had this true blood, right? So it made a lot of vampires civilized, and they didn't have to hurt people.
True Blood was
good. It was. But you see what I'm saying? How it was now they still had some people out there that was going to do what they do, right? But it was able to reduce the number of human fatalities because they had something to kind of stop them. right? That I'm saying it in a scenario like that. So we could even take it away from people altogether. So now you see what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is that that's where the frame of mind they had. I would never write a law like that. I wouldn't do that type of bill. I wouldn't support it in any way. I think it's radical, but I don't want anyone to think that they were being nefarious by creating that. They were probably trying to problem solve in a weird way. I think that's where they were coming from. But again, to be clear, I do not support that law, and I would have nothing to do with that. I just don't think they had ill intent.
And I'll close with this on my end. I think that is their intention because of what it is that they're doing with the alphabet community now. So everything that we see, the progression that has been made, that I think that is just the way for them to slowly normalize it. Just like that scale that Marcus just pointed out, that's a way to slowly normalize and validate, to say, okay, well, these people where we can arguably say has a mental disorder, they'll now be placed in this category of where this is no longer a mental disorder. This is how this person is born. And that's essentially the standpoint for Democrats. Just like old boy said, stay out of my house, out the hospital room, and all this other shit. So that's opening the door for it.
All right. Let me get to your super chats right quick. This was the link that AP posted, which he posted in chat, but he did $5 super chat. And AP again says, I got to be fair. Kenny has held me to the fire too. Pull the info. I dig it. Accountability for what we say is important. Kenny be trolling too, though. AP again, $5 says, Trey, some of the worst things that I've done with the best intentions is simply unfortunate. Oh, minor attracted persons was created by the LGBTQIA. All right, so I just came across this, man. This podcast, which you guys may be familiar with, Fugazi. Some tension had kind of broke out. Yes, some tension broke out. So I'm gonna go ahead and play a little bit up as it build up to it. Y'all ready?
Let's get it.
All right.
When a man understands his value, some men don't understand
That's his value. Like his value is high. Trust me.
I got you. Most how life goes is competence leads to accomplishments, which then leads to confidence. And when you truly got that truly genuine confidence because you accomplished some things, you got options. When you got options, time out, you have an abundance mindset. When you have the abundance mindset and it's actually not narcissistic, you know what a true narcissist is? Yes. A narcissist is someone that acts like they accomplished goals, but they really didn't accomplish anything. Their confidence is fake. It isn't pure. So when a man truly accomplished things and his confidence is pure, he got options because other chicks want him. Other chicks see him. It kind of, he got this aura that just comes off of him. Mm-hmm. And guess what he has? He has the ability to be intolerant of females' inadequacies. So he's not going to tolerate certain things from women. You know why? Because he understands his value. I'm telling her that her man doesn't understand his value because he don't even know his own baseline. He don't know his chick baseline that she giving it up to other people. He don't understand his value.
Because it's a female that he doesn't understand. Okay, let's go back to the narcissist, right? Because a narcissist falls under an umbrella, right? You have many traits of a narcissist, right?
But how
what you're saying right now can be very narcissistic to a lot of people because there are people who are mentally abused. There are people who are mentally, physically abused, emotionally abused. So abuse comes in different forms, just like a narcissist comes in different forms. So you can't sit here and say because a man wants you to stay to him and only him while he's out doing him. A lot of y'all men don't stay. A lot of y'all are not faithful. Y'all don't play that monogamous shit.
Yeah, you're just moving the goalposts
when we talking about when we talking about a man and a man's position.
All right, I'll pause it there. I know he's been pretty quiet. What you think so far?
Yeah, it seems like it's brewing. A fire is brewing, about to get rancid. So,
all right.
Yeah,
I saw the clip. I reserved my opinion.
Hold on, my man. He's got a couch full of questionable chicks, and I look like the ones the ring leader is ready to turn up. because he must have said some things, maybe questioning her relationship. Sound like he challenged her man. Talk about him not realizing what he's dealing with. Yeah, I'm ready to see the rest of his clip though, JL. Let's go.
I'll be real with y'all. The nigga was disrespectful. Straight up, he was disrespectful, and the fact that he said that, because if think about if that was any one of y'all wives, right? And I started calling your wife, like saying your wife ain't shit, your wife isn't this, your wife ain't that because she chose you. It's disrespectful.
That's not what he said.
Yeah, he said
So look,
your man ain't confident, your man ain't this, your man is
right. You know why? She was telling him how she fuck other niggas, and he know.
No, she had other women. He lets her have other women because she's bisexual, and he has other women. So he said, and he was talking shit about her man and talking shit about their relationship, and it's like, at some point, people get tired of you talking shit.
I mean,
are you sure it was women and not men?
It was definitely women. He even had to start correcting himself because at first he kept trying to throw in men. She was like, no, it's not men. I've never been with another man since I've been with him. I've only been with women. So he started saying, oh, your man, any man that's confident won't allow his woman to be with another woman. Well, you didn't. My bad. So, I'm jumping the gun.
But Sweeney, you don't think if you bring that stuff up, if you bring it to the forefront, you don't think that the panel's not going to talk about that? You don't think it's going to be discussed?
Talking about it and calling somebody, like speaking ill of somebody's name, especially somebody there that's not even willing, that's even able to defend themselves. If I started saying, you ain't a confident person, Hank, you ain't shit, Hank, you don't know what you're doing, Hank, like that's different from just having a conversation and saying, hey, look, it's not my cup of tea. I wouldn't let my woman do that. I don't think any man should let their woman do this. But specifically targeting her man and calling him out is a whole nother ball game. And anybody on this panel can see it, and anybody can see that as disrespectful. You know what I mean? Like any one of us can see that as disrespectful.
Position, we got to talk about a faithful man, a man that's standing on 10 toes, a man that know his business, a man that's going to sit there and hold down his female no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter when it comes to, no matter if you go broke, you're never going to change on her. You understand what I'm saying? That's a real man.
Well,
my dad is a, hold on.
Most
I'm talking.
men, when they...
Remember, we had them rules in the beginning, right? My dad is a real man, and he lives by that haram that you speak of. You understand? Muslim since the day I was born. My middle name is Saouda. Black is beautiful. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I mean. That's what I stand for. Black is beautiful, baby. You understand? So when you speak of a real man, you're speaking of my father. That's a real man.
So why don't you date a man like your father?
Oh, I'm looking for a man like my daddy. I'm looking for like a man like my daddy. But
me, I'm not.
It's really not that many. It's really not that many.
That your man isn't a real man. That your father is a real man.
Yes. Character, right?
Yeah, but you just submitted. Time out.
A man doesn't, because what you convert and who you claim to be makes you a real man. A real man is what you stand by and what you live by every single day.
Real quick.
My father is a man that wakes up and he's peaceful. He prays for me. He sends me good energy.
I got it, Nay.
That's a man.
Calm down.
Not a man that's gonna sit here and tell a female you can't have a male friend.
I got
because
you,
I'm too little for you to have something.
Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. One mic at a time.
Bring it forward, bring it sideways, baby. I'm ready for you.
Real quick, Nay. When you speaking and not cut you off, I'm the host. You got to stop talking. We're not gonna go on these long rants.
I'm not gonna stop talking because you the host. Because when you speak, I give you nothing but respect.
Time out. If you not gonna respect, it's very simple, Nay. If you not going to,
so we gonna sit here, we gonna debate all day, baby. I'm a boy.
Fair enough, baby. I
love
That's what you think.
You gonna love me too.
Yeah, these are the rules of the podcast, and all the girls heard.
So only the host could speak when everyone else is talking.
You still speaking over me.
Okay, I'm just asking.
When I'm speaking,
clarification,
and you going on these long rants, I already understand.
Because you want to cut me off when you don't like what you hear.
Wait, time out. You still speaking while I'm speaking. I
am.
Got it. Slow it down.
All
right? So when I'm speaking, stop speaking.
All right,
if you
when
continue,
I'm speaking, you stop speaking.
That isn't how it goes.
That's how it goes on my book.
Okay,
when I signed up to come here, and I signed up for me to be on this video, that's what I signed up for. I didn't sign up to be disrespected. And that's why you don't like men on your podcast. Let's talk about it.
No, I explained that in the beginning.
No, because you want to disrespect women.
Who did I disrespect today?
Let's talk about it. No, you want to belittle people.
Did I belittle anybody today?
Belittle you first.
He didn't belittle
Who did I belittle today?
He didn't disrespect you.
No, I'm just saying. I watch a
like
lot of your
very
podcasts.
emotional
I'm just saying. I'm not very emotional at all. You don't see any tears.
I mean, well, it seems
my
like
lashes
you're
are
being
still
emotional.
intact. Make it feel good, baby. And I'm smashed.
I got you. So,
y'all got my veneers?
Nay, here's how it's gonna
Me and
go.
hibachi.
I got you. Here's how this gonna go. Right when I'm speaking, now this is gonna be a little bit disrespectful because you've been disrespectful. When I'm speaking, shut up. That's totally fine.
All right, when I'm speaking the same shit, shut up.
Got it. You just admitted that.
Don't invite nobody on your podcast.
You just admitted that your man ain't that man. That your father is that man.
No, he is that man.
No, he ain't. Your man isn't that man. You just admitted that.
Hey, Marcus, come in. I want to get your take on it.
He did a lot better than me.
Yeah. So first, I think he did a good job of maintaining control of himself during that conversation. When she told him that she wasn't going to be put out, if he wanted her to leave, he could have stopped the podcast and put everybody out. So the part about abundance mindset, because he didn't say anything wrong in regard. So Sweeney, I want to address it two ways. One, if he was talking about her man as if he was allowing her to fuck other men, then he was just stating a fact. If he was talking about her, like him allowing her to be with other women, then yeah, he was disrespectful. But moving forward, she became extremely disrespectful in his space. And yeah, he probably should have got her up out of there. But I get it's for content. So you maintain your what you would call it and let her engage if that's the type of content you want to make to go viral, because we're discussing it right now. But
so my question is that when people get disrespectful, and then we sit there, if you get disrespectful with somebody, then they disrespect you back. And then you want to sit up and hold your hands up as if you weren't just being disrespectful. That's what he essentially did. Was like, I disrespected you in your relationship and your man. Once you start getting disrespectful to me, because now she's starting to over talk him on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's, now you're being disrespectful. She just said you've been disrespectful. Well, I didn't disrespect nobody. Yes, you did. And now you trying to control the degree in which how you receive the disrespect.
So yeah, you can't do that. But my thing is, I wish JR would have showed the video earlier so we could have seen how this transpired. I really feel like I'm coming into a conversation at a point when the thing that occurred that's created the disrespect has already happened, and you can't truly be an arbitrator of who's right and wrong in this scenario. I'm not even sure if she was talking about men or women because I didn't hear it. I believe you, but I just didn't hear it. And you can't, once you start disrespecting somebody, the gloves do be off. And then is where leverage comes in. If it's your podcast and you have the leverage, you can remove that person. If you don't, you either disengage or sit there and fight, but you can't complain about what happens on either side if you choose to do either one. You had that decision. You could stay there and fight with her and argue with her and probably not go get the best of a loud, obnoxious person unless you're louder and more obnoxious, and then you just both look crazy because you're sitting there bickering with a loud, obnoxious person.
Yeah.
Result in violence, but you can't hit the women. So you need to just stay away from the shit. No, look at this motherfucker.
I did that just.
All right, so one thing,
just to mess with you.
I'll say one thing about that is, I saw that interview and I felt like she was way out of line a long time ago. And even if he did say, I didn't feel like he was being disrespectful, because here's my thing: if you allow a woman to run out and do whatever she wants, regardless of whoever it is, that's probably pretty either insecure or you don't really care about it. You dig what I'm saying? Half of these women out here that are so into the lesbian relationships and I just want to mess with my friend, when they do that shit for a recurring thing, what was that thing we said about transgender? That's a what? Same thing. It's a mental issue. You dig what I'm saying? When they find themselves in those relationships, they like whoever liked them, and then the next week they be back. Listen. That's a whole other thing. All I'm saying is I feel like, yeah, that is insecure when you allow that to go on to that level. I can see people doing something to have a little fun here and there, but like he said, he felt like her man was insecure. And so when she starts to talk about how her father was, he's like, then why don't you find a man like your father? She ain't like that because he was telling the truth. That ain't disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? And even if I did say something, I didn't disrespect you. I said something you didn't like. You get what I'm saying? That don't mean you're going to disrespect me by over talking me on my platform, telling me what you're going to do and what you're not going to do, and so on and so forth. He should have put it out right then and there. He gave her a little bit of rope. So I'll listen. I get it. I really feel like she should have got put in a place a bit sooner.
Why is it that when these people have these alternative lifestyles, and we tell them go find people with like-minded alternative lifestyle mindsets, and then they go and find that, and then you want to argue with them about the lifestyle choice that them and their partner came up with? Why are we arguing with him about it? He argued with her about her own personal lifestyle and how her and her man operate, and you gonna keep trying to double down and tell that man what he is and what he isn't, rather than just accepting that this is the lifestyle that they chose.
Well, Sweetie, to be fair, he doesn't really believe in that. He tries to go like faith-based like all the time. So
but he's not faithful.
He doesn't support. He doesn't support any of that.
But it's not faithful. He does. She even said, "Oh, you a Muslim?" When he said, "No, that's haram." No, I'm not Muslim. Nigga, come on, bro.
Hey, but I think that the slippery slope, even with this, is the fact that he's going back and forth with a female, and this female is comfortable going back and forth with a man. So I think that creating these spaces on platforms like that, it normalizes it to where men are now comfortable with bickering back and forth with women, and then women are comfortable with even going to that degree in front of men. So
what was he supposed to do?
Been stopped.
How does he control the room? You have no way of correcting a woman nowadays that wishes to be sassy, and she says, "I'm not leaving." He gave her the courtesy. This is my show. This is how it's being ran. He set the rules. That is a contentious woman. And if she says she's raised under any man, and that is the behavior that she puts forth, your daddy wasn't shit.
So,
Kenny,
in that case,
hold on, Marcus. So, Kenny, I 100% agree with you. I think the way to prevent that from happening is, one, better vetting who it is that you got coming on the show, because I'm sure that he had her come on the show just because she was going to be confrontational. The other part, I don't know. I'm just
you never know.
I'm just giving my perspective. I'm just giving my perspective. Wait, let me finish. I'm just giving my perspective. So the other part as well is just how you said, Kenny, earlier, of knowing how to de-escalate and create an environment where that's not even going to escalate to that extent. So
yes,
there are ways.
He lowered his voice. He addressed this saying, "I didn't disrespect you. This is what I want." He gave her the space to respond, even though she was being rude. He gave her that 3 times. And then she took that as weakness. And she just ramped it up that much more. To the point he got to the point, well, listen, I'm putting my foot down and I'm going to be disrespectful to you. That's him offering some sort of correction. If she fell under tenets of anything of the Islamic faith or how those women move, she's a walking contradiction. Those women are submissive. That's a walking contradiction.
Kenny, that's fair. But the way to de-escalate that, in my opinion, you mute the bitch mic. You know what I'm saying? You pause the show. All right, well, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get up out of here, and we not moving forward until then.
It was a lot. Yeah, it was a lot.
Play a little bit more, y'all. Here we go.
I don't have to cheat with him to go with another man. A female is different. He don't got a vagina. I like pussy.
Other human beings explore your sexuality.
If you can't handle
and it's
that,
not only for your man.
That's on you. You can't handle
you
that
sound
with your
crazy
female.
right now. No, not at all.
I feel sorry for whoever you date because, baby, I could never be trapped in the box.
We actually gonna end this. You up out of here. It's time for you to go.
I ain't
You're
going
not paying
nowhere.
to the rules.
Call the peoples.
Steve, you can go ahead and do what you do best.
Do what you do best. I call the peoples.
Yes. Call the boys. Yeah, call the boys. She don't want to leave.
Hold on.
It's time for you to go.
Whatever clips you want.
I mean,
No, you gotta
we
really
live.
he's really gonna call the police.
I don't care.
Go ahead, Steve.
No,
Yeah, go ahead. Right now.
I don't care. And we gonna walk out of here the same way.
We've had this before. We've had to call the cops before.
Yeah, and they're right up the
Okay.
street. Yeah, they come very
Oh
fast.
my God! Come on,
I
y'all.
don't pay taxes in PA,
You can put it
so
on
you
me.
can call the cops if you want. I don't
it's
pay
not that
taxes.
deep. No.
He want to be disrespectful because I have an opinion that doesn't align with his.
Steve, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Do what you got to do.
No, okay, come on. No.
I see you do this a lot on his podcast.
But he never disrespected you.
And my dad, I didn't call him either.
He didn't yell at you.
I didn't put the same respect he gives me.
Hey, come on, don't do
Right?
that.
I didn't put the same respect he gave me. Am I being disrespectful?
Steve.
No, I spoke what I spoke.
I understand that, but come on.
I spoke what I spoke.
We don't gotta do that. Like,
Throw
come
on
on.
big one, Steve. 4.
So you can cancel the whole podcast because we both out.
No,
Respectfully.
that's totally fine.
Because if you don't want to hear what I gotta say, then I can leave. If that was your
You
whole
outta
thing,
here, Mom.
because you did that from the
No,
beginning
you
when you didn't
cut
even
me
put
off.
me in a clip and anything.
Oh, that's why you butthurt? You just
No,
didn't
I'm
make
not
the
butthurt
cut.
because of that. I'm butthurt
You didn't
because
make the
pause
cut for the
it,
you don't
thumbnail.
like the
pause
fact
it,
that
pause
I
it,
have a
pause
different
it.
opinion.
No, you
from
didn't make the cut for the
you. Not
thumbnail.
even
It's
from
just how-
You know what he doing wrong? There's no reason to even discuss this with her. Once you made your decision, stand on it. Just wait on him to get there.
That's it.
That's all you got to do.
Yeah, but you know what? Everybody
everybody
keeps saying that they want to de-escalate the situation, but it's in no one's best interest to de-escalate the situation. That's not the first time he had to call the cops on a female, but that's what gives him great views. And the woman, the unruly woman, came in there with a vendetta off the rip. She came in there with the idea that she was going to burn the house down when she came into the piece. I don't know if you saw her like flexing and everything. Like she really was like, yeah, like, well, you ain't going to do it today. That was her whole demeanor. She was expecting to be combative. She got what she wanted, which was a viral moment. And now maybe she could go on another podcast. Maybe she could go on her social media and talk about it. And that's all it is. Everybody wants this to be escalated. No one wants to de-escalate the situation.
Exactly.
When you
And
think
that's
about how he does it, he gaslights these women off rip. The way that he was coming, like Sweeney said, was disrespectful. And you know what type of response you're going to get with an unruly woman when you talk to her like that. She's going to flare right back at you. It happened the way it was supposed to happen. Congratulations, y'all got a viral video. But it was by design on everyone's part. Maybe not the other people who maybe came there to talk, but the two individuals who had the tip, it was absolutely on purpose.
Trev, I said that earlier that it's about content, but we also are discussing it in the guise of what should a man do in that regard. And as a man who wants to like live your regular life, you stop that conversation. See, this is the thing. Your words should be law. Once you told her she had to leave, there's no discussion at that point. It's not up for debate. It's not let's reason and ration. I said you got to leave. Go. You're not leaving. The next step is whatever measure is right for her to go, which was his security, whatever they had in play for her to leave. The thing you do when you allow people to rationalize they disrespect back to you and you keep them there, you're being the exact example of the thing that you told her man not to do.
Yeah, but he doesn't have he don't have a relationship with this woman, and all of that applies to real life, but not to content.
That's why security is relevant. If you're doing a podcast where it's contentious and you have to have people removed, the security of the police is your best bet because you can't hit the woman. It's not mutual combat when you start fighting the woman. With a man, yeah, you go ahead and get down how you live, but you just can't beat up on.
Marcus.
Like, imagine.
She gave up being a woman once she gave the affront, like, I'm not going anywhere. She's now an opponent.
No, I don't believe. So I don't believe that people can change their gender by decision. And when she made that decision to act like a man, she didn't become a man in my eyes. She stayed a woman.
So wait, when the authorities come, if she gives resistance, and those say it's two police officers that come, and she gives resistance, and they buckle her up, they wrong too, right?
No, they're fulfilling a task.
Come on, that's just cognitive dissonance at that point.
No, they doing a job.
Yeah, they doing their job.
Wait, Viz.
Now,
Viz, I heard about you in them streets. Viz, I heard about you in them streets.
Nigga, you ain't heard none of. No, I don't put my.
If she would have got the bucking at the police and they got the slamming all over that room,
All right.
Now, I don't put my hands on women, but I
You
do
said it.
stand
You
by
said
the
it. I got
police.
I do stand
You
by
talking about
defending.
police.
All right, here we go, y'all.
Oh, it is.
It's from you.
Many girls don't
And
make
you
the
do that a
thumbnail.
lot on your podcast.
Alright,
Because
cool.
if I was okay, kiki with him, he wouldn't have a
Go ahead,
problem.
Steve. Go ahead, make that
Let
call.
people talk. He
So
let
he
you
can
talk.
go.
Let him.
And I let him talk. The whole
Huh?
time he spoke. And
Leave it
y'all want
alone.
to dick about him
Let-
because y'all his people. I'm not moving.
Chat, we live. We do it live.
Nay.
Put it on one, Steve.
Nay.
Nigga call the cops.
No, Nay. It's not
I
worth it.
didn't
Nay.
offend nobody. I didn't put my hands on nobody. I didn't threaten nobody. Be all
Yeah,
on
time for you to
camera.
go.
Live.
I'm about to go.
Hold on, Steve. No,
You
go
can
do
call
what you
him.
do. Yeah.
I don't care. He ego
Nay.
tripping. But we know his podcast.
It is what it is.
It was nice meeting you.
Nah, I'm good, mama.
It was nice
I'm good, mama. Don't touch
It
me,
was
mama.
nice meeting
I'm
you.
good, mama. Don't
It was
touch
nice
me.
meeting you.
Nay, come on, man.
Step out.
Respectfully.
He a little bitch ass
Step
nigga.
out.
Oh,
Step out. Get up out of here. Y'all seen that, right? She poured the drink. It's all good. We do it live, chat. We do it
And you can put
live.
whatever you want on
Both of
me,
y'all.
baby.
It's all.
Put that.
No, I'm
Because
fine.
if you can't respect a real woman,
Listen.
you can't respect nothing. My baby father
Listen,
makes way more money
you're
than you.
trash. That's what it is. You're trash. Throw it on camera one. Hey, chat. We do it live. She threw a drink on the homie. It is what it is. All good. Oh my God. I got another. We do it live, chat. Yo, she was mad.
I feel like everything
she
was good,
mad
but
that she
throwing the
had a
drink, it
weak
was
dude,
a
and
little
her
too
dude
much.
doesn't understand his value, and her dude allows her to get railed by other men.
Women.
No, she gets railed by other dudes. That's a fact. Let me get another shirt. Put it on camera 4. All right, chat. We are back. Yo, had to kick that crazy wildebeest off the podcast. She was big and she was mad. You know, big people just tend to be mad sometimes. I don't know why, but she was angry. High cholesterol, high attitude, high, what is it? God dang, blood pressure, all of the high. She was all of it, bro.
Too much salt.
Yeah, and she got angry because she was dating her man, right? That she claims she has a man isn't a true man, and she was mad that I called her out on it. She ended up spilling a drink on me. So if you've seen in the last stream, I had a black tea on. It's a white tea now because she threw a drink on me. It is what it is, man. You know, that's what happens when you deal with emotional women. And I would never put my hand on a woman. Just like before when y'all asked the question, why don't you have men, you know, in the back on the show? I said, truthfully, it kind of played out. I said, well, ladies, when y'all catch an attitude, I don't care about that. It doesn't bother me. But a dude, I got to get my blicky and it's going to be a problem, right? So we don't need those issues on a podcast. So that's what transpired. Real quick, and like some stuff that happens behind the scene y'all don't get to see, so I'll like kind of break some things down, give y'all some more insight for the viewers. The thumbnail, it's always 5 girls in the thumbnail. If we have like, 8 girls, then we'll put 4 at the bottom and we'll put 4 at the top in the thumbnail. But if it's like,
Yeah, no, man. This
Y'all
ain't
draw
it.
the line at throwing drinks. I ain't gonna lie to you. I draw
Well,
the line right there. Don't
Wait,
throw no
if she throw the
motherfucking
drink,
No,
what
wait.
you gonna do, Sweeney?
Yeah, what you
Don't
gonna
throw,
do?
don't throw no goddamn
You
drink
still
on me.
defending it?
Hey, I'm an equal opportunity. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Don't throw no fucking drink on me.
I don't know, man. To me
Don't throw no
personally,
fucking drink on me.
this shit is all disturbing on both ends. I think that the way that she handled
I'm
herself,
calling Marcus. That's what I'm gonna call.
the way that she handled herself, and in my opinion, the way that he handled himself after the fact, I think that it was just it's distasteful, man. We're doing this for views, and we're normalizing this behavior. You know what I'm saying? Dude played it cool, but that could have very much easily escalated to a situation where neither one of them really wanted to be in. And then, God forbid, if dude came up there, just how we were talking about with Kenny, and the guy is over emotional, and now they both got blickies, and now they're in this whole situation. So, me personally, I condemn.
No, Vince, it's okay to have a gun in that situation, right?
No, I mean,
niggas be wilding.
no, they do, and that's and for that very reason, That's why I think that it is important for a person to be able to protect themselves, because somebody is going to escalate it.
You know what's crazy?
I think the entire thing is disgusting, in my opinion, that we're doing this and normalizing it for views.
Hey Viz,
the basis of it.
If she would have threw that drink on your nice blazer tonight,
Kenny, I worked and bounced in clubs in Chicago for 8 years. I've seen a lot and done a lot, and me escalating something like that, because me physically putting hands, unless I'm removing you, me physically putting hands on you for throwing a drink on me, it's not even worth the aftermath that comes to it. So
you had drinks thrown in your face while you did security?
Never.
I was about to say, if you got that drink thrown on, you would have roughed them up a little bit more than you normally do. You'd have gave her the chicken wing out the room. She'd have been sitting like this and shit.
By that little ponytail.
Of course, I absolutely had to remove.
You said, of course.
Man, I'm talking. You would have put some extra spices on that shit. You'd have made sure you kneed her in the back real quick on the way out the room while you was carrying her away. You ain't just go. You like, oh, this bitch gonna throw a drink on me. I'll fix your ass.
No, I'll put you in a position.
The part y'all missing about what me and Viz is saying. The part me and Viz is saying that's the most important thing is he continued to escalate. He escalated that situation. He antagonized her. He fought back and forth with her. He was bickering with her. Look, you've already determined that this situation is going to end badly. Now, as a man, you got to figure out what's your options. Are you going to fight this woman? No? Okay, well, she just got to go. You need to do whatever you need to do to get her up out of there.
But so here's my thing.
Hold on, y'all.
I'm gonna keep. Here's my thing, man. We gotta go back to the root of what the issue is. The root of what the issue is an unruly woman that was under no real man's guidance. Plain and simple. Ain't no real man gonna have his woman on a podcast talking about how he let her eat pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. And he told him what he said. He is insecure. Your man, if he allowing you to walk around talk like this, once you find a man like your father, because I bet you he wouldn't allow it. You know what I'm saying? He told her like it was, and she didn't like the reaction, and she couldn't handle it, and she showed how unruly and disrespectful she is. I don't feel like he did much wrong. When it come down to it, he told her exactly the truth. Just because she couldn't handle it, that doesn't mean you get out your body, because if he was a lesser man, he could have knocked her block off. You know what I'm saying? He stayed composed, never even got out his seat. You dig what I'm saying? So if you can't even handle what I'm telling you when it is the truth, then, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got bigger problems. And to throw a drink on me, your father didn't teach you well enough how to deal with men.
So meaning that, or what does that mean?
If they're not matching his standards, like my man takes care of everything, my bills, the kids, everything that if I call him right now and I need anything, he's going to send it to me.
Okay.
So when it comes to me dealing with another man, we have open relationships, so he can deal with whoever he wants to deal with. So we have.
Is he bisexual or he's straight?
No, he's not bisexual. Baby, I like a real man. Okay. All right, a real man. I'm not dealing with anyone. Well, no discrimination to any man that does like both.
Right? You saying you like a real man. I would say that a real man wouldn't allow his woman, wouldn't get into a serious relationship with the woman that is open on her end and other men are smashing her.
I'm not smashing no one else. When I got with him for 3 years, I've only went with him.
But you've been with other girls?
Other girls. I've had a girlfriend, 2 girlfriends. In between. And he has known about it. They know about him.
I would say the same
completely.
Though.
So
my answer would be the same. I mean, a real man wouldn't allow his girl. He wouldn't take a girl serious that a girl wants to have other girlfriends or guy friends. So that girl's gonna be for the streets.
Why does that make him fake? Because he's open to allow me to explore my sexuality instead of keeping me boxed and closed in. He's open. I'm open to bringing someone into the relationship. Mm-hmm. So if he's like, listen, if that's what makes you happy, then I want you to be happy, and I'm gonna be happy. I've always been attracted to women first. Yeah. You know, since
during your relationship with this man, you never had sex with another guy?
No.
No. You never had a desire?
No.
Yeah, you probably seen a guy that was maybe attractive. You're like,
Listen, at my day and age, I'm 36. Like, I'm soon to be 40. Like, that's how I look at it. When you round it up to the nearest 10th, baby, I'm damn near 40. You feel me?
Fair enough.
And it's like,
JR, real quick. If that man was in the room, you think he gonna look over at that man and say, "You ain't no real man"?
I personally think he'd say the same shit.
And if he did, that dude had every right to come at him. Like, bro, who the fuck are you talking to?
And that's a different thing, though. We know when you talk to me in a certain...
But that's the thing, though. That's the point. We all know that's disrespectful. Regardless of how truthful we may think it is in our own personal life, when you tell somebody they ain't a real man, that's disrespectful. And so he got disrespectful, and she got disrespectful back. All is fair when you start being disrespectful.
Sweeney,
I
that
can't
is not
condone
how
that
a woman conducts herself.
Man,
I can't condone it.
We're trying to control a woman that's being disrespected. Now we're saying, hey,
he was telling the truth.
Is there a hierarchy? Are women supposed to act out of character? Are women supposed to act masculine? Are women supposed to get in men's face and cause aggression? Are women supposed to get... A true woman within her femininity would remove herself from that space because she can see proactively what is about to happen. It's about to go bad. And out of respect for my man, I will leave this place because I don't ever want him to have to come back here to defend my honor. That's a woman protecting her man. But she did the opposite.
Yeah.
She's one of them. I
So
said what I said.
If we're gonna go off of that logic, if we're gonna go off of that logic, then he had no business having those women in the room to begin with. Why is he even talking to him?
Okay, but here's the thing.
Here we go.
You could only do so much
that's
pre-vetting.
true, though.
A woman never shows you what she
No,
truly is.
if we're gonna go off of, if we're gonna go off, a woman should be in a woman's place, and a man should be in a man's place.
Sweeney, allow me to finish, and I give it to you. A woman can guise who she really is until in moments of adversity. There's two times, like when somebody really tell you how they feel about you, or when they're drunk or they're mad at you. Them is two definite times you really get the feel of how somebody really feels for you. You put a woman within adversity, you see if that's a woman or if that's a barbarian, which she was.
What does that have to do with what I just asked?
Because you go
I asked it a very specific question because you said that as a woman, she shouldn't be operating a certain kind of way because it may put her man in danger. But as a man, if we're talking about those kind of roles, as a man, they shouldn't have even been in the room to begin with. Why are they even there?
Come on, because it's a podcast, bro. It's
exactly
business.
my
What do you
point.
mean?
So exactly my point. So
Hold on. But you saying that's your point is, why are they there? They're there because obviously he has conversations with women all the time about their views on the different topics like sexuality and the different things he talks about. That doesn't mean that if you don't know what you're getting yourself into, don't come on. You know exactly we talk about these things. So that doesn't give you the right to not only disrespect me on the show because you didn't like what I said, but to ignore the rules, to talk over me, to disrespect me, and then to in turn throw a drink on me.
But he disrespected her first.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
Hold on, wait. The problem is that y'all just opened up the thing is that y'all is trying to only open up the gate halfway. Yes, he got a podcast that talks to women of all ilks. Women of all ilks. So that means that we created a space that's free for women to come and have conversations with men. Then if we're saying that, then it's completely okay for her to be in that space. And it's also completely okay for if he gets disrespectful with words, she's also allowed to get disrespectful with words. The moment she threw a drink and the moment she refused to leave is where I draw the line. But her disrespecting him with words, the same way he disrespected her with words, is all fair and love and war. You don't get to disrespect her relationship and her man, and then sit there and hide your hands and say, I didn't do nothing wrong.
He didn't, but my thing is, I don't feel like he disrespected her, nor did he feel like he disrespected her. He told her exactly what it was, his opinion. She talked over him.
If I told you he wasn't a real man,
she didn't disrespect him with words. She disrespected him with her actions. Regardless of what he was saying, she was just gonna keep talking. All right, be quiet. All right, let me move on. All right, come on. No, you still going. You didn't say, oh, you didn't insult me back if you felt insulted. You just decided to be basically unruly. You decided to just fuck whatever I'm saying now. All right, I can't move past it. It's you just gonna keep talking.
Why do you expect somebody to be ruly once you disrespect them?
Leave if you don't like it.
Your
So now,
perception.
but y'all keep saying like she felt disrespected. Why are we sitting over here trying to overlook that and say, "Hey, you didn't get disrespected because I don't believe what he said was disrespectful," even though she's saying,
I'm gonna go right back to a woman being a woman. If a woman feels disrespected and she's in her femininity, she can humbly voice it. Coolly, I felt that was
Cooley's
out of
not a real
line.
man.
Okay, so you don't. You got so much. Okay, so
I'm agreeing with you. Fair. If she's unruly,
how would you agree?
Then he's an unruly man, and he's a disrespectful, unruly, not a real man.
How are you answering me back if you never let me finish my thought?
I already knew where you was going, Kenny. Come on now, we've been talking long enough. I already knew where you was going.
So now you're a mind reader.
Goddamn right I am.
Damn, I wouldn't. I'm coming down just to get a ball head from you. Yeah, everything right there, man.
But no,
I don't know what to do.
But no, I get what you're saying, Kenny. All I'm saying is that when we opened up the floodgates for this, and the thing is like Trev said, he's antagonizing on purpose. He says things to try to get people riled up and all of that, and he does get fairly disrespectful if he to garner a certain reaction, and that's what he did. And you got exactly.
Let me ask you a quick question. Quick question. You think they are naive to what the show encapsulated?
No.
You think?
But
so they knew what they were.
Hold on,
watch this. So, yeah, so they knew what they was getting into once they got on the show, right?
Right. Which is why they're both off count. They're both off count at the end of the day. And honestly, both of your arguments are valid. They're both valid at the same time, because in my opinion, as a man, I'm not finna antagonize you to get a response out of you, knowing that you're not what we would consider a traditional soft feminine woman. And the same goes for her, as to where she knew, I'm going on this show for a response, and this guy is antagonizing me, and now I'm responding. So we both parties are wrong. They're both off count.
In that situation, like say her man was in the room, sweetie, I'm of the type that I wouldn't even discuss this with her. I would say, hey, you need to get your girl. I would direct all of my energy to her man. You need to put her in line. Y'all, you need to take her out of here. I'm not about to be sitting there boxing with a girl, but if your representative is here, he can get all the smoke.
But
this is his fault.
You know it's crazy though, because the thing is, this is how I'm looking at it, right? This is how I look at it. Even like if he was to say what he said to her with her man in the room, and let's say that he redirected it straight to her man. Hey, you ain't no real man, bro, if you're gonna let your bitch sit over here and talk like this. You ain't no real man if you gonna allow your girl. It ain't even gonna be her that gets out of pocket. It's gonna be him. And I'm like, bro, who the fuck are you talking to? That's how that would go if he was actually talking to the man in the room.
And guess what he would do? He would have the conversation. He wouldn't have
there is no conversation.
Wait. I'm gonna give you tell me if I'm wrong. Remember when he went sideways with Mr. Let Go?
I don't remember that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't never seen that.
He was like, yeah, if you was here, I would talk the same way to you. That's what Mr. Let Go said. He was like, yeah, you would talk with you know that
was a remote was a remote interview though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But
he did that same thing with he did that same thing with old boy with the conversation.
Yes. Trev, they were able to progress.
They moved on. They moved on.
But that's a difference between like having a conversation over the web and then you're saying that shit to somebody in person.
Yeah, that's
lines get drawn when you start saying shit in people's face and you like, hold on, bro. Because at least like right now, if me and you disrespect each other right now, Kenny, we can say it's on site, we can say whatever we gonna say. But if we're sitting here talking, eventually either we gonna keep talking and not hear one another, or we gonna talk till we have an understanding. But if we was in person and I disrespected you, there ain't no talking. You're gonna be like, bro, because all it's gonna take is who the fuck are you talking to? And I'm like, nigga, I'm talking to you, and then hands is being thrown. There ain't gonna be no conversation after that. It ain't gonna be no figuring it out. We gonna throw hands, then we might shake it up afterwards. But you're gonna be like, bro, who the
You think I forgot? You and Mr. Letgo had something too.
But that was words over the internet. If I even told him, I said, bro, if we was in person,
he said we was coming down there to get some ribs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I was all for it. But if we was in person, I always said, if he would have told me to, I was like, everybody kept saying, oh man, you and Mr. Lego, that went too far. I said, man, if me and Mr. Lego was in person, and he told me to shut the fuck up in person, there wouldn't have been no talking anyway. It would have been straight hands.
Oh, really?
That's the reality of the situation. If her man was in a room and he directed it at her man, he would have hopped over the couch and be like, hey, bro, who you think you're talking to? and it would have been a whole lot worse because he'd have had to go up the blicky, just like Myron ass had to do when he disrespected somebody in the room. He had to go get the blicky.
Different, though.
Hey, Kenny,
That's
I can
different.
swear.
They're
Didn't you get real on the podcast one time, Kenny?
Yeah, Kenny know the business, man. He know damn well, man. No dude could talk to him like that without hands being thrown.
Kenny, you ain't almost thrown hands on a podcast before?
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, that nigga almost threw some, you almost threw some hands on the podcast, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I saw that.
Yeah, man. Kenny,
he real quiet now too.
Nah, I was helping him fix his brim.
Yeah, he had to slap the nigga hat off his head. Like, come on, Kenny, you know the business, man. Some nigga, it don't take that much.
That joint popped up in my feed. I'm like, hold this Kenny about to get busy.
Hey, send me the video.
Drop it in the chat.
Come on,
nah,
man.
That was all a showcase.
I bet you it started with words though, didn't it?
It did.
Exactly
Here's my thing. I almost had to kick a girl off the show the other day. And she was off the side. She wasn't even on the actual desk on the podcast. She was off to the side as a spectator.
She was
I
a hype
had
woman.
to kick her out.
She was a hype woman.
I guess so. I guess you know what I'm saying. I guess you know what I mean. She was there with her sister and her friend, and I'm like, yo. I looked to the girl that was on the show. I'm like, look, you better tell her something because y'all gonna be leaving in a second. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. Sometimes these unruly women that don't understand when enough is enough. And that's what I get out of this. That's enough. I know you're in your feelings. That's enough. Just leave it there. Because like you said, if we were men, it would have been some furniture moving. So all this rah-rah shit you doing, the only reason he's still allowing you to talk this long is because you are a woman. You know what I'm saying? And he can't do nothing.
All right, what's your sign or whatever?
My sign, I'm a Pisces.
Okay. What's your sign?
What the hell?
You weird. Anyway, I feel like I don't care about that.
Don't put your fucking hands on me. Don't fucking touch me. Yo, chill out.
I understand.
Don't fucking put your hands on me.
Chill out.
Chill out. Chill.
What you want me to do, Woody?
Yo, chill. Oh,
Hold on, play that back.
What happened? All right, what's your sign or whatever?
My sign, I'm a Pisces.
Okay. What's your sign? You weird. Anyway, I feel like I don't care about that.
Don't put your fucking hands on me. Don't fucking touch me. Yo, chill out.
I understand.
Don't fucking put your hands on me.
He was about to slap the wig off my ass.
Hey, buddy with the bike got scared as hell.
Yo, chill.
Oh, all right, what's your sign or whatever?
My sign, I'm a Pisces.
Okay. What's your sign? You weird. Anyway, I feel like I don't care about that.
Don't put your fucking hands on me. Don't fucking touch me. Yo, chill out.
I understand.
Don't fucking put your hands on me. Chill out.
What you want me to do, Woody?
That's so weird how these women feel so safe doing that, man. These women feel so safe doing that, though. You see how she just smack him, and because she's not, there's no threat of any consequences. She know the dude is powerless because his life is over if he touch her. Yeah, because some people don't really GAF, right? But just like homegirl, she knew that Cooley wasn't going to do nothing because he wasn't going to put his life in jeopardy because she threw a drink on him. But you think if she knew he was going to stand up and throw down, that she would have threw that drink on him? Absolutely not. She would have never did that if she thought that there would be an actual consequence.
She would have did it.
I beg to differ. I seen that look. I seen a hood chick like that. I know that look. She would fight you.
She would have.
She would fight you.
Hey,
he's a pretty big guy, man. She would have got hurt real bad.
But she would
that
fight
stupid.
Trev, you know girls like that.
She would have fought Cooley. I ain't gonna lie to you. She would have fought that man.
I was doing it for 8 years, bro. I would literally have to drag women out,
the worst ones,
with full-grown men, 6'2", 6'3", 200 pounds, you know what I'm saying? Not no little motherfuckers. Would literally have to drag them out, carry them out because they're arguing and bickering, putting fingers in their face and everything, bro. These bras now are ready to scrap, and they
throwing them drinks,
they're
watching them shows,
whatever circumstance.
I guess they don't understand the difference. Like, a man could really crush you. I mean, I get it, but I don't think they ever really got humbled. You know what I'm saying? Because if a woman got humbled just once, then she's probably going to chill. Like, if somebody really opened up a can of whoop ass on you and you learn that hard lesson, then you cool. I'm not saying they won't fight you, but I don't think they really suffered the consequence. Like, ain't nobody really lock ass with these cats because they would know.
Yeah, that Marcus.
The hell with that.
Hey, no, she wasn't scared until that nigga said, "Don't put your fuck." When he stepped forward, hey, she calmed. Hey, there's a reason why she slapped his hand, and that nigga almost killed her ass on that show.
Oh yeah,
and then a homegirl also knew business.
That boy.
So on the first clip, what's important that I noticed on the first. So a lot of this stuff comes with wisdom. Remember how I tell you guys about knowledge and wisdom. Wisdom is usually time and service, man. It's just how long you've been around and how much have you seen, and then how to move based on what you picked up. The chick in the first video, she was lying the whole time. She didn't have no man. And I get that he was talking to it, and maybe you guys didn't see it, but you got to understand when you talk to enough women, and so I made a video on this. This is gonna come out in maybe 3 days. Women lie. They lie unnecessarily. They lie to their own detriment when telling the truth will put them in a better position. But they lie so much that they don't even realize that that telling the truth is better if they told it. So she was up there. I was listening to the thing she was saying. She was saying her man takes care of all the bills. He does all of this. That was all a lie. Now I know he can't go quantify it. He can't go look it up. And she probably got a homeboy or a simp nigga that'll front for her if necessary. But she went home to an empty house. Ain't no man living with that woman, and ain't no man letting her. Like I know what he was saying on the show. If your man is doing this, then he's this, and he ain't no real man, and this that real. My father is this and that and the other. All of that was a lie, man. And this is why I don't really talk to women like that. When I talk to women, it ain't no back and forth. I'm with Marcus on this. It ain't no. I'm not rationalizing because you can't. There is no debating. We're not. I don't want to hear your side. You're going to either learn from me or we don't need to talk. I'm here to teach you. I'm here to give you game, give you information that you need to know. But to go back and forth and listen to you, it always devolves to that shit. Always. And I used to do that all the way up until maybe 40 something years old. I know how you guys are thinking. Eventually, you guys will get like me and be like, damn, how much time did I waste? Because there's no fixing it, because the women that
will even listen to you never was that. She says she's 36 years old. I'm about to be 40. I rounded up to the nearest 10th. I heard all of the shit she said. She was lying from the first time she opened her mouth, man. And you guys got to be able to listen to women and just hear the little things that they say and say, oh, yeah.
It's your proof. When she said she was looking for a man like her father, that was the proof that she didn't have a man.
Oh, I didn't catch. Thank you.
Yeah, no, she definitely said that.
I didn't catch that part. That's a telltale. And sometimes they talk so fast that they slip up, got Freudian slips, and they don't know what and it's like, and then they want to, if you check them on it, they'll try to correct it because they're like, damn, I can't believe I said that part. But I knew I was coming to this podcast and I want to advocate for women and I want to make it seem like I got me a man that does that. My man is submissive to me and I want to show how strong I am for other women. And we gonna go, somebody, I think it was Trev that said that, I'm not sure who it was that said they was planning to go viral and I'm going up here. I can't wait to get on this show. She did her research. She saw his clips all through Instagram. Bruh, she was lying. She does not have a boyfriend. She has some dudes that's probably beating it up and going home, but she ain't got all that she described is a lie. And what we got to do as men today, more than ever in history, is recognize what they do. And when we do that, we won't even stress, because what we do is we stress ourselves out. And so, as Marcus said, he kept trying to explain to her. He kept trying to tell her, even when he was like, call, do what you do. He was saying, do what you do. Call the people. They'll cross the street. They'll be here in no time. Do what you do. And then she said something. He was like, oh, so you bent out of shape or you tripping on such. He went back. That's because he's smart. He's a smart guy. This is the knowledge, but he doesn't have the wisdom yet. The wisdom would have had him do what Marcus is suggesting, say, okay, I don't even need to talk to you. In fact, the wisdom wouldn't have had her on the show. So I want you guys to look at that kind of stuff. And for the people that's watching the show right now, listening to me, study women like that. Watch those shows, not for the entertainment portion, but to understand how to navigate the women in your lives, the women that work with you, that will get you fired. If you going back and forth and trying to get them to understand and you just trying to rationalize and you feel that you're going to be able to change her mind if you just show her what's obvious and you could play the tape and you could show her the recording and you could give her the pictures and let her see the proof, that doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. I've gone through that in the military. I've gone through that at work. I've gone through that in my business. I've gone through that on movie sets. I've gone through that in my relationships. It don't work with them. And so what they do is turn into what she is. And she's 36. So she ain't changing.
That's right.
So know that was all a lie. And that's just what they do. And if Fugazi was smart, he would have said, oh, I see. God, how did I let this slip past me? But I don't want it to slip past you, brother. So pay attention to that kind of stuff. The second video with old girl, that's what we talk about, low-level threat of violence. See, I could never be in a room with Trev and smack his hand. It's just not happening. I'm not gonna be in a room and smack Kenny's hand. If I even think that I can't even accidentally slap Sweeney's hand. I couldn't even accidentally do it, because men know between warriors somebody can die. Sweeney has the ability and the strength to kill me with his bare hands. He may not know how to do it, but he can do it if he learns. Women can't kill a man with her bare hands. It's not happening. It's the 7 times tensile strength of the muscles. They can't even squeeze your hand to make it hurt. A woman could even give you a handshake and it hurts you, but you can break her hands if you wanted to. So what happens is when she smacked his hand, that's where women are oblivious to their low-level threat of violence that men have between each other. And sometimes they play with the wrong motherfucker. And she got a taste of that at that show.
Straightened her ass up quick, too.
She got a taste of that at that show. And she knew to back up. And then the other girl stepped up, got up and like she from the hood. She'd have got her ass flipped upside down, too. Both of them.
But
she
would have been the one to swing, though.
By one dude.
Hey, you know what's crazy, Shannon? I was talking. Me and my wife actually watched that clip together, right? And I said all the same things, right? But at the end of it, after it was all like, I never caught the part where he was talking in white when he was in a white shirt. But I told him I was sitting in the car with my wife. I was like, the only reason why he even talked to her like that was because he knew she was lying. And that's and the thing is that he knew she was lying, so he's arguing with her about the lies she's telling. When in reality, I would have rather him just say, "Yeah, now you know you lying. There ain't no man over there."
That would have been smart.
And then
She
left
would
it
get just
alone.
as bad, though.
Either that or
the same shit.
Either that or just say, "All right," and move on. But when you start going back and forth with her and you start regardless of if she's lying or crazy or whatever the hell, you're purposely trying to disrespect her because you know she's lying or you may not respect her man and all of that. So you're purposely going at her and then expecting her to sit there and just be like, "Oh, it's okay." Or like Trev said, he was looking for that reaction. You got exactly what you wanted.
Like she threw that drink on him. She was always capable. Like I saw her capable of doing that early on. And that's what I want you guys to. And this is why I think Michael J. White did an interview with what's the white dude?
Vlad.
With Vlad. Michael J. White did an interview with Vlad, and they were discussing how many men were in jail. And Michael J. White said him and another martial artist or whatever, where they go jail to talk to the men. And he said he went and spoke to about 60 men. And then they did a poll in the jail where they said, how many of you guys are in here behind a woman? And eventually 90% of the guys that they talked to were in prison. And they didn't, and the inmates didn't realize it. You know, they know why I'm in here because of, you know, I committed a murder, or I grand larceny, or I stole some stuff, or I did this, but they never compared notes to see where the cause was. And Michael J. White said him and whoever he was with did a poll with these particular inmates at this particular prison, and all of them realized we're all in here behind women. You know how many men are in graves right now and are in prison right now behind bravado for a woman? It happens all the time. And so if you guys can recognize that early, we'll be a lot safer. That's just what it is. We'll last longer on the, you know, they talk about men die early. Why do we die early? Oh, because we don't go to the doctor and you got a wife that ain't the only reason. There's some more stuff in there that y'all not counting. So recognize these women, man, when they do stuff and they push your buttons and they even get close. You got to not wait till they push it. You got to look and see who here is capable. Who's a button pusher? Oh, you a button pusher. I'm not even going to let you get to the point where you can push my buttons. You're excused. And then you alleviate a whole lot of problems.
Thanks.
All right. So Britney Renner converting to Islam.
You want to see that?
Before it get too late.
I mean, yeah, I can put it on.
Man, I think she might be just trying to follow the Black China route. Like,
I think she's trying to get some of that Arab money.
No, she ain't getting that. She done already been pissed on, and they already know about her over there.
My God.
Okay. Oh, allegedly. What the hell is going on?
Damn, I know they said she converted, but I know that's what they meant.
Well, hey, that's some demon time right there. God damn.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Hey, the internet did not like that shit. Hey, man, what is she doing?
Oh, they are like not with that shit, boy.
Nah, they we're gonna play it.
While you find it, I just want to make sure, like, where's Shannon go? Well, everything Shannon say, I 100% agree with. To take it a step further,
First of all, honey, you know what I've noticed? In any message I share, for the record, always applies to myself. Like, I'm not exempt just because I'm sharing it. So I've noticed that we want to sign your sign. Mind you, we've been getting dreams, songs, angel numbers. That post that came across our feed that just so happened to apply to our situation. But we want the sign to be on the billboard in big red letters, lit up with glitter. And it's almost as if we're waiting for this moment to feel ready. You're not going to feel ready for something you've never done. That's why you have to get pushed. We're also waiting for us to trust the outside world and the people in it. But a bird doesn't trust the branch it lands on. It trusts its wings. And you should do the same. Why? So I'm currently cleaning house, out with the old and with the new, manifesting a new wardrobe, inshallah. I have no idea how this is gonna look. I have contractual obligations, clothes to wear, posts to do, bills that have to be paid, and you know, showing up the best I can, right? Because I know that it's not going to be perfect. I know that people may have a gripe. I mean, my arms are out, right? First of all, it's hot, and then I sweat like a puddle under my armpits. Not an excuse, but looking into Botox under my arms and finding clothes that are more aligned with where I'm headed, even if it's not to the book perfect. That's what this is all about for me, as I'm just going to show up and give my best. And every day my best gets better.
What is she talking
about? She better
about?
take it easy. Listen,
Boy,
she better take some notes from Mia Khalifa. They do not play with that. Once you start wearing that hijab, leave it alone. You better really straighten up. She don't understand that type of heat that she going to get if she play with it. I've seen her try to do conversions before, back when she was dealing with like Jess Pearly things. She was acting like she was about to be a new woman type deal, and then, you know, reverted right back to it. Listen, don't play in that hijab, man. They not Christians. They ain't playing with you. They are very serious about you. Do not do that. You representing them now. So
a couple
get beat with a shoe.
A couple of years back, I had went out to Dubai with a good buddy of mine, and he had one of the get ups on that the men wear. And we went to a bar. So we go inside the bar, we go sit. He went to the bathroom. We go sit. We're waiting for him 10-15 minutes. Man, where bro at? So I'm gonna go check on him. I go to the bathroom. He not in the bathroom. So I handle my business, come back to the table. He in a completely different outfit. He said when he went into the bathroom, this guy walked in and sat and waited until he finished and was like, somebody wants to speak to you. It's like, nigga, we 20 hours away from the crib. I don't know nobody here. They took him in the back. They grilled him. What your passport? Who are you? Who you here with? Woo, woo, woo. Take that shit off. Luckily, he had on some clothes underneath, and he took that shit off, and the folks was shook up the entire time.
G checked him.
Yeah, they do not
check in.
They do not play that. They do not play that.
Man, bullshit. Because Mia Khalifa has been still acting a goddamn fool over here. They ain't did shit to her ass. As long as she stay her ass over here.
She wore that joint one time. She was crying about her death threats and all this other stuff. Like, it was really getting at them.
Everybody cry about death threats. Everybody cry about death threats. Who was that? Who was just old boy? What was it? Old boy mama who got into it with Keith Lee. That motherfucker got online crying about his mama receiving death threats. Everybody cry about death threats. I don't take that shit. Everybody get death threats when they do something stupid.
Death threats. I get a lot.
That ain't nothing. I mean, you shouldn't play around with religion in general. I'm totally against that. But doing that for views and for clout, that's
it's trash what she's doing, but she ain't shit gonna happen to her. As long as she don't cross that pond.
How y'all like it without makeup?
You said what?
She's
still like it without makeup.
She's still beautiful, girl.
She still look good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't. She just sound goofy. I don't understand. Like nothing she said had anything to do with.
Yo, Trev, you think she Alpo?
The hell is that?
Yeah, I don't even. What's
That's
the
dog
What's the
food.
album? Oh, nah. She went down a couple notches. She lost like 3 numbers without
Yeah,
the
you a
makeup.
tough guy. You a tough guy.
Shit,
Hard in
30.
the
What she
yard with
say?
you.
It was like a year and a half ago. She said 31 bodies, so you know she 40s.
She went from like a 8 to like I guess.
No, she got more than 31 bodies, bro.
I'm saying that's what she said like a year and a half ago.
How you know, Viz?
So you know she. Come on, man.
I don't know, man. I think she on a journey, and it do seem like it could be potentially for the cloud and playing games and stuff, but she's trying, it seems like, to make an effort to get to where she wants to go. Nobody gonna be perfect.
Here go Marcus again. Here go Marcus again with that bullshit.
Ronnie Romance.
It never failed.
No,
Bro, how long have you been following Britney Renner? How long have you been following Britney Renner?
So this is the thing. I haven't been following her. I don't really follow her. I heard about her. I seen a couple of videos online. But this my thing, Trev. This is my thing. This is beyond Britney Renner. Malcolm X, before he reconverted, would have been looked at as publicly as a Britney Renner, right? When a lot of the guys go to jail one way and come back another way. When people trying to make a transition in their life and they're actively, and I see them actively trying to push forward to the next phase in their life, I'm not just going to say, no, you're that person that you used to be. Because maybe, just maybe, until that she decided that something clicked in her mind. When I heard her in the car at first, I was thinking like, I don't believe this, because you could just put her job on and then just say you're a Muslim now, but where's the action behind it? I look behind her, all her clothes is on the floor. So this woman is trying to change her entire wardrobe. She even apologized for her arm being out. It seems to me that she is trying to walk down this path.
Marcus.
So how many times if somebody lied to you today, right? Are you gonna keep believing them, or are you gonna be skeptical?
Somebody tell me they're not gonna do heroin no more, and they start throwing everything away that they was using, like they mainline it, and I see them in the house trying to throw their needles away, and I see them like taking some dope and actually flushing that shit down the toilet, and they still an addict, but they're trying to get clean. I'm not gonna sit there and say, no, your ass just a drug addict. You're just a drug addict. They're on a path to try and get sober. That's what I'm saying. She might be on the path to do XYZ. Until I see her backslide off of this, I gotta, like, anybody if y'all Christians, you supposed to believe the same thing.
Marcus,
no, it's like the boy who cried wolf. It's like the boy who cried wolf. We saw this movie before from her. It's not like the type of chick. We literally saw this from her in particular more than once, right? So I'm not gonna
Malcolm X
diagnose
expert,
her, but all I'm gonna say is that she has tried this many times before, and she always reverts back to her original self, because that's what goes most viral. This is nothing but a ploy, in my opinion. I don't think she's going to do that. That's just my opinion, though.
And
I don't know what she's going to do. I'm saying if she presenting that she trying to transition and change to something else, I can't. It'd be around to tell her she can't be born again. She can't, as a Christian, she can't. That's like y'all see somebody in church get baptized, and then y'all walk up to him and be like, "Bitch, you still a hoe? You hoeing out here?" She like, I'm trying to walk a path with God and get right, and you like, nah, bitch, you a hoe. You gonna be fucking and doing dicks.
So if you see her twerking next week, if you see her twerking next week, right, and then the following week she says she's about to be Hindu instead. Are you gonna have the same conversation? You would approach it the same way and be like, yeah, nah, well, she's trying to do this again. Would you have the same conversation? So
the relationship that I would want to have with God, I wish I would be able to say I would do that. I would not, but the type of
that's where we at. Only because we saw it before, and that's where we at right now because we saw it before.
Right. I never seen the portion. So I can't, from a moral or a relationship with God stance, say that her trying to get to the next step, I got to keep condemning her while walking that path.
So all we saying is that just what you just told us, how you said if she tried to become a Hindu next week, you'd be skeptical. We've seen it before. That's why we're skeptical. Same position you would have if you were to follow her like we did. That's all we saying.
And look, I'm no Malcolm X expert, but didn't he kind of like walk the walk behind closed doors before we got loud?
Yeah.
About his journey.
Who?
Yeah.
Didn't Malcolm X walk the walk for a while before he got loud about his journey?
Oh, he couldn't get no. He was in jail, so he had to learn first.
Yeah. Same thing. First of all, when you listen to somebody talk, and you heard it in a car. I heard it when she was in a room. What are you talking about? There is nothing you said that makes me believe, like, okay, she's serious about this.
What are you talking about?
You know, they're talking about her armpit sweating like a stuck pig, and oh man, check this out. What's going? Like, she just nothing about what you said made me. I can at least say that, God damn it, Black China at least spoke about God in a way that made the person sitting across from him say, "Oh yeah, okay."
Like, convincing, yeah.
Like Black China, the perfect example, because we had this same conversation about.
You was the one I was arguing with. I knew it was somebody.
No, it wasn't me. I agreed. This is the same thing I'm saying right now. I said you have to wait and see if she exercises changes. Black China shit way worse than hers, actually. So
I was about to say that I don't know who I argued with last. I was like, I don't know who I argued with last week, but I at least give last year. But I give Black China at least. You said, like, okay, she actually did start she ain't messed up yet. Hey, she been walking kind of clean as of soon as she made her transition or whatever. She has been a lot more clean in her behavior and the way she's moved. But even then, at least she started, like, the way she was talking already in that moment. She had already done stuff like took her things out, got tattoos removed, things like that. What is this chick doing besides talking crazy? I don't even think she ever read the book.
That's well. So all right. So I'm with Marcus on this because I'm with Marcus on this because I feel the same way about B. Simone, but at the same time, to Sweeney's point, typically what we see when people find religion and what they say in the Christian faith, they're going to be in the closet of prayer for a while before they re-expose themselves as this new individual that they are. So the fact that she's portraying this in the way that she's doing it, it does feel as if it's set up. You know, it's easy to take all of your belongings and just put it out in the floor compared to if she would have burnt it, if we would have saw her actually light it to the fire or something, or if she would have fell off the face of the earth for a month and then came back with a different image.
Careful what you're showing us, man.
This was her on July 29th. July 29th.
Be careful what you're showing, Swing.
Yeah, so I agree with both. I agree with both.
Hold on, y'all. I want to.
What has she posted since she posted that video, Sweeney?
This is 3 days ago.
Okay.
She only those are the last two videos that she has. She ain't put after.
And this is still pinned.
Yeah.
If you get into that faith as deep as that,
is not what's pinned at the top.
You're gonna delete all of that stuff that's on your page. You'll delete every single picture that's provocative.
That makes sense.
That's yeah.
Hey, I just want to play this one little last video, man. Real quick. Law.
On your IG where you said a bad bitch is an illusion.
Yeah, let me break that shit down for you, man. And that's what I teach in my school and in my courses, right? Me and Ken, you know, and when you come from the lifestyle, and some other people too, we have a different way of looking at the world. You know, we say y'all got a square way of looking at the world because y'all inside of a box. See, we take that box up out of ourselves so we can see something different. When y'all look at a woman, you say, okay, she bad. What does that really mean? And I just broke it down. You see a bad woman, you gonna say, okay, she got a nice long weave, or nice long hair. She got nice pretty eyes. She got nice lips. She got eyelashes, eyeliner. She got a face painted on. She got an ass. Maybe she got titties. She got nice little bag on. Okay, that's a bad woman. But guess what? In his line of work, he could build that. He could go take an ugly duckling, put a wig on a pig, and build that. And that don't cost but $30,000. So what I'm saying is reevaluate what a bad bitch actually is. Y'all putting so much value on a bad bitch, but you could build that for $15,000 to $30,000. So how valuable is something if you can buy it? It's not that valuable. Things of real value are things that you can't buy, because those are things that are priceless.
That's a lot of game.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is this. These dudes is getting something that costs $15,000 and $20,000 and then spending $50,000 on it. You get what I'm saying? You're buying something for more than it costs. Would you go to a car lot and a car that costs $20,000 and pay $50,000 for it? That's what these dudes is doing by getting this bad bitch that's really $15,000 worth of work, and you spending $50 and taking her here and doing this and doing that and elevating her to this status. Man, I could go get any woman to turn her into a bad bitch, and I've done it before. Yeah. So what I'm saying is stop putting so much emphasis on a bad bitch. Put emphasis on something that's valuable, character, integrity, her being a solid individual, her having a pleasing personality. That is elementary thinking. You haven't elevated your mindset when you're still so focused on looks. That's elementary to me. I'm way past that, and I'm just trying to teach men to think like this.
Yeah, because it's like we only looking at the exterior, but you ain't tapped into nothing.
And we all know dudes who got a badass bitch and they going home and their life is hell. Their life ain't feeling good. They not reaching their dreams and their goals because she's really draining his energy. Man, that's bad to you? No, that's bad for real. That's not a bad woman. You know what I'm saying? And I say this shit all the time, man. What she does for me, who she is to me. Is she helping me with my goals? Is she giving me the right energy? Right. Is she not giving me a problem? I don't care what she looks like. If she's a good individual, has a good soul, and I can trust her, she's a 10 to me. And if I really wanted to, I'll go put all that, I'll put $15,000 into her, and I'll make her a quote unquote bad bitch if I really need that. Yeah. I'm just trying to help dudes elevate their mindset to really see what you're looking at.
Preach. Church
on the move.
Are y'all really falling for this shit?
It's 100% real.
What did he say that was wrong, Sweeney?
There wasn't nothing that he said that was wrong. I didn't say that, but it's to
so
me.
What's the problem? It's the message.
I'm about to explain. No, it ain't that. Some things just goes without saying. People try to change the definition of words and shit like that. We all know what a bad bitch is. It's a beautiful woman. When we call somebody bad, we're strictly talking about their looks. It's always been that. Like, okay, don't go off of looks. What if that's not been said before? You doing? I hope you ain't charging thousands of dollars for these courses to be saying if that's what you're teaching.
He wasn't saying don't go off of looks. He was saying that
don't solely go off of that.
Yeah, like the intent, So Sweeney, here's the caveat. In this day and age, you can literally get a fake body, fake ass, fake titties, facial reconstruction, and you can buy the look that you want, but you can't buy the personality. So he's saying if you change the definition of what a bad, I get what you're saying. Changing the definition of what a bad bitch is to somebody ugly with a good personality ain't gonna work. All right, I'm not gonna argue that. I can see that point.
Wait. Say that again.
He trying to, because Sweeney got slick and said he changing the definition of what a bad bitch is. So he wasn't even arguing his point. He picked the word and then chose to pick a stance on the word. He just want to argue.
Right. He just want to argue. Yeah. Because Sweeney, this would go hand in hand with every single argument that you have.
I just hate when people come out here and say that they doing classes and courses over shit that's common sense that most people know.
What he doing?
It's not.
He said, this is what I teach in my classes in my course. I tell a nigga, man, don't look at a bad bitch and see her as a bad bitch. You can buy a bad bitch. Go to you can make an ugly bad bitch bitch.
I'm gonna tell you though, Sweeney.
Bro, that's
still a lot of guys who need to hear that.
Game supposed to be sold, not told. And he put ism in their ear. Like what he doing is he translating the message so you can get the bare bones, but all the meat he probably selling in the course. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that nigga saying
I can take any man up under me, and if he is willing to listen and do exactly what I say, I can get him the desired result. Tell me your result with a woman and allow me to give you the process. and map it out. Because the thing about, I don't know, I ain't never been behind the scenes in this course, but I agree with him on so much stuff. I feel like we are kindred spirits when it comes to a lot of this shit. Now, I just need to know the desired result that you want. Tell me everything. I want this woman to be doop, 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 doop. And I can give you a game plan to exactly get whatever the fuck it is that you want. And that right there is valuable. So I think that's what he's selling.
Nah.
Hey, but let's be real about
value women in that way, or the pussy in that way, like so much to where, you know what I mean, like cats would go over the mountain.
It's a couple different things. One is social programming. You know, we've been trained to be tricks. If you look at everything on TV about how you every dynamic on TV is the man chasing a woman and simping and this, that, and the third. So one is programming, but two, these niggas care what other people think. If a woman is giving you hell, it don't matter what she look like, man, you're gonna have sex with her 100 times, so the sex ain't gonna mean nothing. You done seen her 1,000,000 times, what her looks really care about. These dudes care what other dudes think when they're seen out with this woman.
Right.
That's why you want a bad bitch. See, I don't give a fuck what these niggas think about me. So you see a woman with me, she doing something for me. I don't care what you think about what she look like. I know she making my life better, and that's what matters to me. Right? These dudes care so much about what everybody think. They got to have the bad bitch, but she really a devil. She really this, that, and the third. You know, so they care what it looks like to other people. So they using her as a trophy. I want these dudes to see, and this is giving me some status. So that's the issue. Yeah. And that's why you see it a lot in music. Because these dudes are so on the scene. That's why they all get the same woman, because this woman is a status piece to them.
Yeah, that's the craziest thing when you see this one chick and it's like 3 rappers got a baby with her, an NFL player and an NBA.
But see, to me, can't no bitch validate me more than me. Yeah. So I'm gonna get everything, all of my validation from me, and can't nobody outside myself validate me more than I validate myself. And that's what I want to teach guys. If you looking for outside validation, that's why you're doing everything for the woman. That's why you're doing everything for these dudes to make you seem like you're cool. Right. When you do the daily work, getting in the gym, eating right, working on yourself, doing this, doing that, and you can look in the mirror, you did what you said you were supposed to do today, you're validating yourself. Then you don't need validation from the outside. Then you're not gonna do all this fuck shit. You get what I'm saying?
It sounds like it's a confidence thing.
It's a confidence thing, because you're trying to get external validation because you're not validating yourself. But when you're doing the work and you validate your own self, then you don't need validation from other people.
Yeah.
Literally said this.
Don't be nodding y'all head to this. Don't be nodding y'all head to this shit, man. Come on now, bruh. Man.
Really, it's a sentiment that most of us agree with on this panel. Like I think a lot of us have.
Niggas be snapping their fingers like that. That goes without saying.
But no, I'm saying that I can agree with that.
Without saying. It's not without saying, because it's a lot of cats out here that need that ism for real.
First of all, this nigga just said he put $15,000 on the pig over and over again. I've done that a bunch of times. Nigga, you sought the same validation.
Nah, he was out there. I took that to mean he was pimping. You know what I'm saying?
Hell no, man.
That's completely different.
When I saw him in the first 3 seconds, I'm like, oh, this dude, he pimping. Like that's just the persona that he has.
You see who he's sitting next to, though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you could tell from his vocab, you know, and
exactly.
What he's saying. That is old. That is old age traditional pimp.
So basically, what he knows
that's all ism.
So basically, what he already knows is women are valued off of the way that they are seen, their beauty, their looks, and everything else. And that's what the motherfuckers go for. So if you pimping, that's exactly what you're doing. You're going against the very thing that you trade in.
That is exactly.
While trying to tell men, don't value women. Even though I got this woman working the stroll for me, and I kind of need your bread. I need you to value this, but don't be valuing these hoes for that. What the hell you think that's gonna do to your bottom line? What is you doing?
He talking about
so he's talking to men versus tricks. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He ain't talking about a trick. A trick gonna do what a trick gonna do anyway. He's saying off of the strength of, look, you sitting up here chasing after these hoes because she a bad bitch. Nigga, you could buy one of those and make more money off of it. That's what he's saying.
All right, so check this out.
If that wasn't the case, then OnlyFans wouldn't be as popular and as funded as it is. It's online pimping. Pimp C said it best. The pimping ain't dead; it just moved to the web. So with this That's just what it is. This is real life, and a lot of men don't understand that because we see it every single day, especially on these panels. Sweeney, you're the master statistical person of bringing up all the numbers of men that get tricked, that are tricks and get tricked by the game because they're not aware of it. So it's absolutely a demand for it because we see it every single day. And you talk about
I feel like he just pimping
Ain't aware of
everybody.
it,
He's
though.
like
Yeah,
he's like one of
exactly,
the
but you
engine.
pimping the man. All you do
So
is
he's
turn
one.
around and
He
pimp the
is.
That's
Because he's
part
getting
of
money
the
from
game.
his courses too. So
part of the
it's
game.
like, I don't know if y'all know, like the engineers who design the radar for police are the same people who design radar detectors. So they just keep making every
Don't
once in a while
spend
you
your
see
money
them
on the bitches.
advance
Spend
it,
your money
and
on
then
me.
they'll advance the other side. They'll advance the police radar to be able to detect the lasers and the jammers and all that, and then they'll put another situation for the radar detectors that it'll scramble all of that. So it's the same engineers doing it though. So they pretty much are feeding their own markets. Like he's burning the candle on both ends.
Don't spend $1,000. Don't spend $1,000 on the hooker on the street, man. Come spend your $1,000 with me so I can give you a bunch of bullshit game.
Hey, Sweeney, a wise man once said that the game is to be sold, not told.
Look, I'm just saying, I'm calling it what it is. You basically just doing the same thing that Britney Renner was out here doing. You might as well start your own OnlyFans. That's what you doing. Niggas, all you doing is pimping them same, you preying on the same men, getting the same bread out of them. You just basically saying, hey, look, instead of you beating your dick over there to that girl video, why don't you come over here in my circle and pay me $1,000 to spit bullshit in your ear?
No, he teaching you how to fish versus giving.
That nigga ain't teaching shit.
He
He
definitely
ain't teaching shit. I would love to see his results. He ain't fixed shit.
I think he talked about he
got a bunch of chains on his neck because he pimping these niggas.
And the things that other people disagree with, that I know we got the same ideology when it comes to a lot of this shit. He getting the results he want. I can guarantee it. I bet money on it. I bet some good money on this shit.
You said he got what?
The exact outcome that he want. I guarantee you he get it.
Yeah, I'm sure that he does. But that don't mean that that don't mean that the men around you that you getting thousands of dollars out of is getting the outcome that you. That's not.
Hey, listen. See, this is the problem. You can get somebody to game. You can lead a whole squad, but you can't make them drink.
And every single con artist out there in the world, every last con artist and scammer have said the same thing.
It's the truth. When he look, when somebody
hide behind it, hey, this might work, but it mess only if you do the work. It might work, but pay me $1,000. Come on, man.
Look, faith without works is dead. You got to understand that.
When you pay for it, they ain't get no results.
Look, faith without works is dead. What he put in your head, if you don't move on the thing, you dead.
No, that's
trying to give niggas ism.
Why you trying to rap, man? You know this nigga out here conning niggas out their money, bro. You ain't got to defend it.
That's
he conning these niggas.
High level.
Gerald, what's his name? Gerald, what's his name?
Game God, I think. Game
God. Young Goldie. Which one is Instagram?
Yeah.
I'll put it in the back chat for you.
If you gonna see how much this nigga classes cost.
Hey, just go read Iceberg Slim. $10, and you'll get the game right there.
Yeah, the first one pimp, second one tricky baby, then white folks. Yeah, them some good books.
He gonna give you the same exact game that dude gonna tell you, and you don't even have to wear all the jury and shit.
Yeah, it's universal. It ain't on you, it's in you. That's really what he just said. It literally. He say stop seeking external validation for an internal problem. I say that shit all the time. It's the truth. It's the hardest thing for people to do, but as long as they do it and they do it correctly, then all this other shit will fall in line. Once you had it, that when people talk about aura and energy and shit that gravitate from you, it comes from being internally satisfied, and people are attracted to that. It creates a field of energy that brings people towards you, just like being insecure and negative creates a field of energy that pushes people away. To get the desire, they operate off energy. So your energy has to have good energy. You dig?
$49.99 Game Guide Academy bi-weekly live game call. $149 for the mentality course. Secrets of the Game, $19.99. Game Guide book list, $19.99. Book A1 coaching call, $300. Damn, this nigga conning people, bro. Man, we know a con artist when we see one. It's a scam.
Sweeney. I had a young man I was mentoring, right? No, check it out. I had a young man I was mentoring, right? And he was dating a woman. She had 3 kids. He had no kids of his own. She was out. She was like drinking and was becoming abusive. So he was getting in domestic violence situations. She even came into his job. He said he didn't hit her, but her eye was like split open, and she was saying that he had beat her, and she was in the middle of the office screaming about her beating him. Then the next woman he got with, it was something similar to that. We got to talking, and I start actually doing what's talking about in that coaching call. I didn't charge him nothing because I fuck with him. That nigga ain't going through them same things no more. He understand how to spot something, see something, and get away from something. He understand how to assess value. He understand how to make sure he keep the value within himself, and he don't go for a lot of that other shit. Some people ain't born with the information, and you can't be mad at somebody for selling what they know how to do. Like you mad at other. You going to colleges saying you just scamming people by
That's literally what people saying.
Are you saying that about specialized field? Are you talking about a specialized field? And you saying that? You saying that at trade schools? You saying that at barber?
No. I'm talking about that's not. No, I'm talking about these. You know what kind of college courses we talking about? Where it's a bunch of talking and ain't no results. Scammers.
He literally has.
I see DC College.
If you do it,
University of Phoenix. All of them sold the same bullshit.
Household.
Hey, I'm gonna give you something that ain't no
Who's
real
supposed to
technical
lead
results
that?
behind
Is the man supposed to lead the
I'm
household?
gonna tell you who's
or
supposed to
the
lead,
woman?
and I'm sure you ain't never heard this before. You know who's supposed to lead? The one best fit to lead. And a lot of these dudes ain't best fit to lead. That's why the woman trying to take control of the steering wheel, because she looking at him and he looking around. So yeah, she trying to grab the steering wheel because you're not sure about where you're going. So she said, well, fuck you, let me try to drive the steering wheel. If you for sure about where you're going and you competent in where you're going, man, I see a lot of these dudes looking to the bar for this, looking to the bar for emotional support. Man, she came to you for that. She came to you for that. These dudes these days, they so deficient. That's because they not around men. They not in my group. They not in me and Ken's group. They don't understand. When you're not deficient in yourself, man, then you can lead from strength. The woman is looking for you for consoling. She's looking for you for emotional support. And these days, these dudes is looking for the woman for the emotional support. Right. So therefore, she sees that deficiency in you. So guess what? She's gonna become the dominant one in the relationship. You know, I say it all the time. Most people in this world, they're looking for something that they're missing, right? And you have to be that piece that woman is missing. But if you missing it too, then guess what? She's not gonna be able to respect you. And if she don't respect you, she's not going to let you leave.
So what you're saying is Stevie Wonder leaving Ray Charles.
Hey, JR,
I'll be real. These dudes out here, man, they're not doing any work. I talk the way I talk because I'm always learning and educating myself. So a woman gets with me, I know what to do because I've been doing the work. These dudes ain't doing no work on themselves. So you have no information to give the woman. If you have no information to give the woman, why would she let you lead? You don't deserve to lead.
That's real.
She's grabbing the steering wheel because you don't know where you're going. It's up in the air. And if she feel like it's up in the air, well, she'd rather take the chance and crash on her own because it looks like you finna make it crash.
Yeah, we in the car and we done drove past the same gas station 3-4 times. Like, all right.
Exactly. You got to be sure about where you're going. And that's just not for women. That's in life. Everybody wants to follow a leader because most people in life lost. So if you could be that person, you know, to show that you know the way, everybody gonna get behind you.
You gotta give a direction, hit the next intersection.
You know, yeah.
Wow.
Hey, JR, real quick, kill the meme.
I mean, it's like you gotta get it. You gotta get that direction and hit the next intersection. That's a piece.
When motherfuckers start rapping, that's how you know these.
Yeah, so I had to choose myself. Because care of yourself is self-care.
You gotta stand on business.
That's how you niggas sound right now. That's how y'all niggas sound right now. He's speaking to me. What?
So, Sweeney,
because you can't receive the information, you moving with such hesitation,
so
Sweeney.
Sweeney,
You gotta relax, baby. You
got
it.
When you hear niggas start rhyming.
I don't think any of us is like learning from Cat right now, but we do understand that it's some youngins out there that might need that direction to the next intersection. It is what it is. Like, it is what it is. I'm sure some people who could use that information. That's why he getting to the money. And I'll say this, even like you said, you know, you watch, you know, F and F, whatever, and you saw And I remember you defended it at one point that there was a lot of people who called in with their testimonies to say, yo, you know, you changed my life, blah, blah, blah. I got on this program. I got in the gym. I did da. A lot of men don't have fathers, man. A lot of men don't have positive role models that are male. So sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need that nudge. Sometimes we need somebody else to pull our coat and be like, yo, this is how we do it. 'Cause not all of us came from that structure. So, Sweetie, do you think that that's for? Nah, I wouldn't be doing that while I'm talking. I'm saying, do you you don't believe at all that there are some men who could use that information? You don't feel like a lot of the bad things that are happening with men and the reason why they're so frustrated and the reason they don't know they're not. You could either say they're inherently bad, or you could say maybe they just don't know better. But I'm not saying
that the information that he's giving out is wrong.
Okay.
I'm saying I have a problem with people trying to sell. First of all, like, don't sell me some shit that one is a part of life, and then two, it doesn't, like, what you're promising behind what you're saying is all bullshit for the most part. It's like when you start,
bro, it's not bullshit,
bro. When you're talking about when you put a price behind it, it's bullshit. Because when you say results may vary,
by that logic, college would be. You could get a business degree.
Ain't that what we say all the time? Hear me out.
College bullshit.
When we talk about, because
you can actually learn all of this yourself. The only thing is that would require a person to go and seek the knowledge. So what people are doing, what we're in the position of doing now, and where people, in my opinion, essentially want a handout, they're going to go to a person that is willing to give them the game in this manner as to where, okay, I'm gonna pay you for this in exchange for that, much rather than going and reading the books, investing the time and learning it and applying it yourself to see the results. So it's what he's doing. In my opinion, there's nothing wrong with it, because again, the game is to be sold, not told, and that goes across the board in every single thing.
So you ain't got no problem with ICDC college.
In order for you to have been able to be a barber, you had to go to barber college in order for someone to give you the game, and you had to pay for it. So
I could have learned the game without barber college. I paid for barber college for the certification, the legalization. That's what comes with what he's giving. Ain't shit but a bunch of sociology talking points.
But you just missed my point.
A lot of people don't know.
This is the very thing that we criticize colleges for. When we say people go to school for stupid degrees, and we say college ain't worth a damn unless you're going for these 3 or 4 reasons. If we had a college course, we would be saying that's a dumbass college course. We literally would be saying
we'd be saying, thank God this divorce rate has changed. That's what we'd be saying.
Out of here, man.
Now
y'all just talk.
That's what we'd be saying.
No, Sweeney. Some people are too lazy to source information. Doing research is obviously very easy to you. It comes to you naturally. But sometimes, like the average 20-year-old right now may not feel that way. They are used to being spoon-fed information. You see the shows that they watch as children instead, and teachers complain about not being able to compete because they gotta make everything super entertaining. The attention span has been getting lower and lower and lower. So if you got somebody who's going to be relatable and basically spoon feed you the information, some people will pay for that convenience because they don't have to source it. Sourcing information and doing research is tedious, and then you don't even know who's correct and who's not, because there's so many different sources of information. People are overloading Google and Bing and everything, every search engine you can imagine, with bad information. So if you have an example of a person who's successful, they can show you the way, like, okay, at least this guy has the results. I don't want to listen to people. I don't want to take advice from people who don't have the results. Yeah, but at the same time,
results though, bro.
Those results is better when it comes to dealing with women. Those results is better than any man that has a regular relationship result is, and I'll explain why. If you can get a woman to go sell her body and come give you the money and remain intact doing that for you, that means you have more control over somebody or more of a relationship bond to somebody who you do everything for and divorces her. That's crazy. You go to work every day, give her the money, and then she leave you, or somebody who do the exact opposite and get the exact opposite result. And
all right, I'll put it like this. Let me ask you the question this way.
Bullshit.
Let me ask y'all the question this way. If 100% of men took that advice, what percentage of them will get those results?
I would say an extremely high percentage. An extremely high percentage. If they applied it,
all of them, if they applied it,
a very high percentage. And I always talk about this. There are what we would deem ugly men, overweight men that physically they're unattractive, but the fact that they can dress, the fact that they can talk, the fact that they're amusing and know how to stimulate people, then that is going to be a plus for them every single time. And those same aspects and ideologies is going to be the same things that's going to come from the gang, the pimping game.
So Sweeney, I got something different, Sweeney.
Go ahead, Trev.
The biggest issue with these relationships is the power dynamic people refuse to understand. The man and woman power dynamic has not changed. The relationships are breaking up because people are giving and taking in areas that they should not be giving and taking in. And whenever you have an imbalance of power to the woman's side, she will eventually lose respect and leave you. That's been consistent through the history of time. What a man who does not put pussy on a pedestal does is never values her over himself to the point where she now can run him because he's trying to please her.
Right.
All right. So, Sweeney, I got something different here, right? So, I think that would be an unrealistic take, and I'll tell you why. There's always going to be a bell curve. No matter how you spin it, there's always going to be... So, the standard, if everybody just became great, everybody became wealthy, then women are going to find other things. Oh, his fingers are too long. Right. It's going to be something to separate us no matter what, and there's going to be a bell curve. So I would say that the results would improve, but to say 100% would be crazy because women's nature is never to be satisfied. It's just that they right now have so many different things to choose from to be dissatisfied with men. It's easy to separate. So the good thing about it is not many men are willing to do that shit. So the men who are willing to do that will win because they'll be able to separate themselves from the other men. But if we all did it and we're all pretty similar, they just gonna find some other shit to eliminate most men. That's always been the case. Most men really could never get snatched, and it was a small amount of men since the beginning of time that got a good amount of the women. So the bell curve type situation is not going to change, but I think that it would move the needle, right? It won't change dramatically to the point where 100% of men is going to get great results. That's impossible because women are typically dissatisfied.
Hold on. I think it'll change dramatically for this reason, Trev. If you listen to what he implemented, that takes the onus off trying to find the most beautiful woman you can find. So now the woman that actually wants to date you, you can date her, pay the money to get her to look like the woman you want, and then you good because she actually wanted you. You just didn't like her look, but she was going to treat you better than all these other women. Get the woman that treats you how you want and work with her to get her at least similar to the look what he was preaching. Get her to the look that you're satisfied with, and that will fix all of them. All of them.
So you said drop 20 bands. So you said drop 20 bands on an ugly chick.
No, he said, so this the thing. If you're gonna spend your money in the scenario he was using, you can go find a chick that's already pre-made how you want her, and you trying to spend money to impress her. You're gonna spend over $50K trying to do all of this vacations and exotic locations and restaurants and the car in order to. He said you could take that money, put that $20,000 as opposed to spending $50 trying to impress her and build her the same way the ugly girl just built herself into the one you spent $50K on. It's angel investing pretty much. It's getting in before you if this is what you attracted to. He said the women that he's talking about, they're already built. They're the fake ass, fake titties, no surgery, all these things. These women are built already, and they paid $30,000 for it. You can do the same thing, but 15 is what he said.
So Marcus, you standing on 100% still?
Yeah, I believe 100%. I believe 100%.
Here's the wild thing that majority of men already know that. Majority of men already settle for the woman that give them peace. Now they won't go. Now hold on, wait.
Can't be
They're
true.
not gonna,
They
hold on,
wouldn't
wait.
argue
No,
with me if they did.
no, because you're assuming that all women are peaceful. That's
no. I'm assuming that all women given the right stimuli can become the women that man wants her to be if she wants to be that for him. So if those men understood the print, like remember when he first had this video, not this one, but when we went step by step, he talked about how to make yourself the person, then how to choose the person that's best for you, then how to set the relationship up, then how to maintain the relationship. If you follow all of those steps, you have 100% success rate. One of them steps is fucked up if you having issues in your life in your relationship.
Marcus,
I promise you, it's really not that hard.
No,
Marcus,
so what I'm saying, Marcus, is that 100% of men could never do that because it's still going to be a separation. If we all talk the same, we all got the ism now. First off, it's impossible for everyone to be wealthy because all that does is raise inflation. It's never going to be a time ever in life where we're all wealthy, right? So there's still going to be a separation. But let's just say we all had the same amount of money and we all got our bodies jacked, right? Somebody's going to be shorter now. So now women are just going to get with the men that are taller. And it ain't shit you could do about that. There's going to be, most women are going to want a small minority of men. It's always been like that. We can't change that shit. Now, will the people who do get in relationships have a more successful rate and longevity? I believe so. But will women just all of a sudden have a satisfied need and just that one man that's just like everybody else? Nah.
Also, who the hell is he talking to? Most men don't have no damn $30,000 to throw into a woman's looks anyway.
No,
so he talking about.
He was talking to the men that was throwing 50,000 at females anyway.
Yeah,
That's
but them niggas blow money on everything. Them niggas blow money on chains. Them niggas blow money on cars. Them niggas blow money on depreciating assets. They throw money in the club. These niggas don't give a fuck about their money till it's time to give a fuck about their money anyway.
But that's the problem because females don't respect you when you don't respect your money, right? When you will, even if you got it, if you willing to throw it at a female, they're gonna see you as a trick, regardless if you make 50,000 or you make 50 million. you still a trick at that point. So once you realize that I'm telling you, that's just what that is.
But here's the tripped out part though, is that the niggas who trick understand that they're tricks. They don't care.
But they care. That's why they relate to Drake so much because they whining about not being able to keep the woman they want. They care.
I'll give you a perfect example.
Hold on. Let me just get the last part out, Trev. It's so many men I talk to and I say, hey, just set it up like this. You know what they tell me? I'm not doing all of that. And then in return, back up in the same fucking situation with the woman that is running them through the ringer and they back on the dating market trying to find a woman that's perfect again when they could have just found somebody, built with her or built her to what they needed to be and did that. But they think that's too much work, too much like something they don't want to do. And they're going to repeat that same cycle over and over again and be miserable with these women. This shit really is simple. It's not fucking hard.
You don't think dudes knew that before you told him?
You know who the perfect example is? Batman Kevo. Him. Because I don't know if you saw him like damn near crying on academics when a homegirl was cheating on him. And he thought he had it all. He went and got the fake muscles. He went and got all of the money, got all of the chains, did as much.
Well, obviously, Trev, there's exceptions to the rules, but most niggas who trick know they tricks. They know that the only thing, if you ain't had no money before, and you get money now.
I've actually interviewed a lot of tricks. They don't really be happy about it. If they had the option, they would rather not have to trick, and it makes them feel a certain way that they know they have to do that. They may not really show you that, but talk to them for real, and they would tell you that it kind of bothers them that they can't get females on their own.
Well, yeah,
that's just last resort.
But fair enough. But they understand the results that they're getting. They know I'm tricking because I need women. That's what I'm talking about. How they feel about it, it is what it is. You know how you feel about it is what it is. But they do know. Most of them know I'm only getting these women because of my bread. Yeah. And right now, this is all I can get. It is what it is. These niggas, I'm like this. Nothing he told everybody is not shit we don't already know. I'm sure Marcus told that nigga knew exactly what. When Marcus was telling his homeboy, "Hey, bro, all you got to do is do this." He always knew that. He just don't care.
No, when I was explaining to him how not to argue with women and how to maintain being a like staying a man and not argue, he had been told, what did this nigga told me? I date older women because I relate to them more. Said what? That's what all the men he grew up around said. Sometimes you got to hit your woman. It just is what it is, because that's how you show them you love them. Some of that shit they be floating around, fuck niggas' heads up, bro. And they be in this weird ass space from niggas that's unsuccessful with their women, telling them what they do, normalizing that shit, then getting a group circle and be like, these women crazy as shit. Then I come around like, my nigga, no, they not. They be on point. Fuck is you talking about? You're gonna get duke, XYZ, ABC, and it's gonna be a great happy place, and you don't gotta argue with them. And niggas, you know what they gonna tell me? You're lying. That's not true. That's unrealistic. It's something wrong with those women. No, nigga, it's something wrong with you because you getting these results and you're telling me that I'm fucking wrong. Get the fuck out of here.
Marcus just come from a different school of thought, bro.
Marcus, you're not gonna get through with Sweeney, man. He's content on
that nigga selling wood, bro. And I'm sorry, I'm not riding with y'all on this. That nigga selling wood. He putting it behind a $300 paywall. I never agree with that. He putting it behind a $300 paywall. I never agree with that.
You
that
can go get the game for free.
You know, the other thing is, I'm fucking up by explaining this shit in depth for free.
Nobody asked this nigga for this shit.
Let me just tell you this, Sweeney. I'm fucking up by explaining it in depth for free because it's literally the same shit I'm sure he's saying back there. But you know what? People don't value shit you give them for free. That's really what this is.
No,
if you invest your money and time into something, then you value it more. And then you can move forward and do the shit because now you have some form of investment in it. But by giving this shit away for free, niggas hear it and be like, yeah, that sounds decent. It might work, it may not work. Man, these bitches crazy. But if they
are crazy,
they're not.
Just stay out, man. You just be how you got rose-colored glasses on how women are, bro. Because he get the 6'6", green eyes with good hair results, and then he want to look at all the other guys and be like, man, something wrong with you niggas. No, man. You get the good results.
So you must not see all the NBA niggas that have issues with their women.
You know what, Marcus? We ain't gonna. No, Marcus, I don't want it. Nope, because I was, man. Hey, JR, in the chat, in the live, real quick. I was about to say some shit.
You know I'm right though, bro.
Oh, in the live, JR.
Look, Sweeney, let me ask you this: Do you think that my process is replicated?
Bro, I'm gonna tell you this right now.
To some individuals, absolutely, who is foreign to. Yes.
Bro, if I'm gonna say this, based off of your results,
what was
that
Marcus?
Is not normal.
Wait, what was Marcus' question? What was your statement?
Is the process replicatable
for certain people?
Absolutely.
It ain't something that you can go out there and mass produce. Results. There's a reason why it comes with the disclaimer. Results may vary. Anytime some shit comes with results may vary, 9 times out of 10
may vary. His joint said that.
No,
it didn't say that, but
no,
this is
the difference with this is literally psychology. If you are able to change your psyche and your subconscious mind, then you can absolutely get the results from it. There's numerous books on psycho-cybernetics and psychology and reprogramming your subconscious and all that other shit to get the results that you want. The only way that it works is if you apply it. If you don't apply it fully, then you won't get the results. But in many cases, if you apply the formula that is given to you, you can absolutely at some point master it and get the results.
All right, hold on. Let me get these super chats so I can go ahead and hit this in, bud. You can add $2. Says you throw me a drink, I'll have reflex reaction.
Well, yeah, you African, so we expect that.
What?
you African, so we expect that.
Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight to King Talk.